The final word.
Final word.
Ooh-wee. So what's up, man? We got Law in the building. We got DMV. We got the OC on the way.
Word. On the way.
How y'all feeling, man? The draft is right around the corner.
Getting close, man. Getting close.
Hey, bro, it's almost that time, bro. Almost that time.
Yeah, man, I'm loving it. I'm excited. Man. So today, I can't wait to do this with y'all today.
The final word.
Because this is about board preparation now. Is that fair? Can we talk about board preparation?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
So since we're dealing with board preparation and really getting down to the nitty-gritty, I think we got to hone it down. The question is, should the Dallas Cowboys draft 26 for the future? Their contention window? With some players, it's going to be both. Because I think if we can narrow this down, I think it's going to hone down our draft strategy. Would that be fair?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I agree.
Okay. So
Yeah,
we go
I'm
do
with
that today. And then the cool thing is anybody want to bring up, let's bring them up for 26. And I want us to just kind of go through and ask this question. Is this pick
The final word.
for the future? Is it go get us over the hump for contention? Or is it both? All right?
That's a good way to look at it.
Let's do it. Let me turn this up, man. Y'all sit back. Be right back.
The final word.
Give me my theme music.
I got you. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go hard.
Man, I'm telling you, man, hey,
The final
we
word.
along them buttons. Boy, we getting in sync now. It's getting scary. Hey, y'all, we might be missing Tuck. We gonna get some of Tuck on the draft week, but man, Tuck, before we really get going, tell them about Radio Row.
The final word.
Yeah, so your boy got an opportunity, man. I'll be on Radio Row. I'll be hosting the draft show for 810 WHB Radio. So I'm going to be doing my thing. They're going to work. I'm definitely going to step in, man, and chop it up with my brothers, man. But big opportunities, man. We have a lot of special guests on there covering the draft for the first 2 days, probably the third day too. So yeah, man, we growing, man. But we getting out the mud here in this YouTube community, and we showing what we can do, man. People finally starting to recognize it. So,
dude is on Radio Row, big dog.
That's dope, man. Next year, I'm gonna have to be your assistant, man. Let me just say,
man, I come in there. I'll be the
I'm the guy
cameraman,
carrying the bag.
So, hey, you no longer a sports host, but you draft host now, huh?
Man,
yeah, man, it may be official now.
Law, not Law. Tuck, you too humble, bro.
Humble indeed.
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, bro.
You are chilling, man. You chilling too hard.
Tuck the type of guy to get off the helicopter with Jerry Jones and say, yeah, man, I was, just with Jerry Jones around.
No, let me tell you what Tuck will say. He'll get off with Jerry and be like, man, I didn't even plan to be with Jerry today, man. I'm supposed to be with my brother, man. I had different plans. Jerry was on the back burner. That's tough for real. That is tough.
Video, he was sending the video and everything. Should I post this?
Tuck gonna run into Brittany Renner in Radio Row. Watch.
Oh,
hey, that'd be my number one guest, man. Hey,
man, that's Mississippi, man. What you know about Mississippi, man?
Oh man, I can't
That's
wait.
Mississippi right there, man. Y'all leave Brittany alone.
Oh, she from Mississippi?
Yup.
That explains.
I need to go to Mississippi.
I just wanna run it up.
Tell you.
Can we check or something?
Viral Tuck.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to
We make deals over here, baby.
And if it was up to me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick,
Hey, dog, you got to do this
it
on
would
Radio
probably
Row.
go a little something like
this.
this.
Radio Row, man.
And with the 17th pick of the 2020 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select CeeDee Lamb. Oh!
Kenny McIntosh. I see y'all fighting over there.
Hey, absolutely. Hey, I like that one.
I see that.
Yo. Hey. Let's go.
I will move down.
The smart thing would be to move down, but the Cowboys historically don't.
Boss could be a trade down here with Justin.
That's it. We about to trade down. We're going to get Andre Carter, baby.
We got to trade.
Boss in the OC
We gotta
and
trade.
Skywalker. I said this the place to move
We were
down.
just sitting here talking
Yo,
Justin
listen,
Fields.
I said it loud and clear. This is the place to move down.
Go hard,
I was shaking my head too. I was like, move down.
go hard, go hard.
Get them picks.
Go hard, go hard. Go home, go hard, go hard. Go home.
Oh,
Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go
Red
hard,
hoodie OC.
go home. Go
I love Parsons as a rush defensive end, right? If you draft him and you put him on the end, turn him into another DeMarcus Ware. Let him rush the quarterback, get upfield, and create damage to the other opposing offense.
damn, OC.
We got the pick.
Man, here it is.
We got the pick.
Who's better?
Yeah, this guy
DeMarcus Ware or Parsons?
Like, Parsons the best player available.
Yo, got fire.
Let's go. We getting
Yeah,
close
these
to that.
championship
We
rings
getting
on my
close
hands
to
now.
that.
In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, this hands down.
Who's better?
This
D. Ware or
squad, man, you
Parsons?
looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now.
Say no to Dalton Kincaid.
Just say no. Just say no.
Hey, I'm good. I love the pick.
We got
I love
Jake.
the player.
Jake to
I know that a
stay.
lot of people will say that this is
Dalton
probably a reach.
Kincaid.
This is about where I had Jake Ferguson. Really solid player from Wisconsin. He can do all of it. He can block. He can run routes. He can
Got
actually
that wiggle.
make people miss in the open field.
Referee's car like a target, I'm caught filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Do me wrong, might slide on you.
I might slide on you.
Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich, I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, go home. Go hard, go home.
Let's go.
Go hard, go home. Go hard, go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go home. Go hard, go home.
Hey, man, I'm fired up, bro. I'm fired up, bro. We getting close to the draft, y'all. Ooh-wee. Come on, man. I ain't trying to hear no burnout. I ain't trying to hear nothing about burnout. Law, what time is it? Do we ever get days off?
Man, you already know. No days off at all, man. Hey, we gonna pump it through. Hey, Law, you hit 100K, man. You should stop. Oh, hell no. This is when I kick it into another gear over here, man.
Let's go.
Blow through this thing, man. You
We
know,
need
the
$1
first
million.
time I sleep is when I die.
Go
Come on,
black.
baby. Let's go.
Hey, what Bud tell Spence? He said, bet $1 million. That's what Law
Yo.
need. We need to get him to $1 million.
Million.
Better
Yeah, we need
yo,
$1 million,
yo,
bro. We need
yo.
$1 million, not you, Law. We definitely need us a cool
Yes, sir.
million, man. So what's up, DMV? What's up, Big Tuck? What's on you boys' mind before we get into it, big dog?
Nah, I mean, first and foremost, man, Law, I mean, I texted this and called you with this, man, but congrats. Like, this is big for the YouTube community, man. It shows, you know, the value that you add day in, day out, man. No matter what, like, even days I don't feel like going live, I know Law going live 3 to 4 times. I'm like, all right, bro,
Yeah.
get up,
Yeah.
put the controller down, because Law's out there working and pushing for the community, man. So I appreciate you, man to man, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I remember the very first time I saw your name in my channel, I thought it was a spoof account. Like, I was shook. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he watching my channel, man? But it's always been love. You always reached down and helped us
Always.
and pull us up, man. And eventually, I'm just trying to do the same thing.
Yep.
Because I say Cowboys Nation, even though I got this opportunity on Radio Row, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for giving me the platform, giving the voice, embracing me. and we all taking the baton and running with it in our different directions, but it's all for the betterment of this community, because at the end of the day, you're always going to see the Cowboys content community on my chest wherever I go. And it's likewise with the other folks who depend on as well. So
yeah,
it's too late. Y'all can't stop it now.
And I know we gave Law a bunch of flowers, man, but I also want to slow down real quick and give you your flowers, big dog, Tuck. Bro, like for my dog to be on Radio Row independent, you know what I'm saying? And having an ESPN affiliate. And when I just watch J Tuck and Law, when I just watch and behind the scenes, I know how they are. Like I was talking to Law the other day about somebody we both would have looked up to 2 years ago. And Law, we were talking about it, was like, should we do this or do that with this certain individual? And Law was like, nah. And just to see that my boys independent, but they still like, I don't know. But then on top of that, I'm still happy because I know Tuck finna rock that thing, dog.
Yo, he gonna kill it.
He gonna kill it. And then Tuck is gonna be out there with a bunch of who's who. And I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen before it happens. Tuck is gonna show the power of giving one of us a chance. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah. Just like Aisha is doing. You know what I mean? Tuck is the next. Law is the next. Is I'm maybe coming. Me and DMV, we coming down the wings at some point. But I'm proud of y'all, man, and I love it.
Yeah,
all right, so the game that we play.
I'm just in the building. I'm casing out the joint, but eventually you're gonna see us all in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at every exit, every camera. How do I get my dogs in there? And eventually you'll be doing them draft shows right there off on Radio Row, man. Please.
The world need us, dog. The world need us, dog. That's real talk. Some people think I'm being cocky. I'm dead ass. I think when you give people like us that's truly passionate about this. This ain't work to Law. This ain't work to DMV. This ain't work to J Tuck. You know what I'm saying? This ain't work to us. This is what we love to do. When you give people like us opportunity, man, come on, bro. We go, bro. That's what I know what Tuck getting ready to do.
It's we a fish out of water when we don't talk this, man.
Yeah,
you know we can't survive, man. I wake up, man. We think about Cowboys, man. We think about how we from way afar can make this team even better, right? So it's always Cowboys. Like on the Eagles' mind, it's always Cowboys. You know what I mean? Because they think about us all the time, and you can see how much of an impact that we got over here because everybody and their mama, uncle, cousin trying to do all format, but we the best, baby. You might as well put it on your chest. You know what I'm saying? We the best.
Nothing but. Shit.
Nothing but the best.
I didn't get rid of Zeke, man. I just he's out in the man cave now. I just redecorated.
Oh no! Hey, look, he put it out there. That's why I got the hair like this, because we about to bring Zeke back.
Wait!
We about to bring him back.
Is that why the hair's like that? Let's talk about that.
That's why the hair is like that.
Wait,
that's why the hair
extra.
Like
okay.
Headband. No, because Zeke had the biggest headband in life, and you got one too. So that's right, man.
Wait. Yeah, I was at the Cedar Hill barbershop today. We went at it today. We went crazy today. I think that show was inappropriate. But go ahead. Man, before we get into this content, you got to talk to me about this, dog, before we get started.
So bro, like, you throw out different scenarios with the mock draft and stuff like that. And really, if Dallas isn't pressed to go ahead and get one of these young running backs, depending on what's on the board, like, there might be some players that fall to them that's really good, like Corey Trice in like maybe the 5th round, that you can't get that running back. And it might just be players that continue to fall that it's like, that player's better than this running back. This player's better than this running back. Well, then you bring Zeke back for a cool $3 million. We still got to pay him the dead money that we owe him anyway. That's a win-win for everybody. I mean, we can still draft a young running back, bring Zeke back, and push Malik Davis out the door. So it's very possible, and I've seen articles about it today, but I've been saying this for a while. Me and Tuck have been talking about this actually, you know what I'm saying, offline about, bro, we could actually, me and you, boss, we talked about it, bro. We can bring Zeke back for a cool $3 million and nobody gonna care about it. And he has a nice little role with us, like Law been talking about, 12 touchdowns. being a goal line back, short yardage back, maybe a little bit of fullback, a little bit of H back. I mean, it's very, very possible, and I'm with it, bro. I'm with it.
And see, let me say one more thing before we get into this content, bro. I think Zeke got a chance to be way more than the fullback, way more, because I'm of the opinion that it's exceptional what he did. Exceptional. To get you 12 touchdowns on a bad knee, and to get you 1,000 yards the year before on a bad knee, on an offensive coordinator that was trying to phase you out, I believe if he can play without getting that knee hurt again, nothing freakish, Zeke will get you about 1,200 yards. Yep.
And here's the thing.
Go ahead, my bad.
I was going to say the one thing also you got to add on is that I think that he's going to have some extra added motivation because he's been sitting out there on the shelves and his market value wasn't like probably what he expected it to be.
Yep.
So the fact that he's been kind of sitting, probably been told no by a few teams, it's going to light a fire. So like I said, even though we had the back and forth about Zeke, right?
Yeah.
It was all just from the money standpoint. Like,
That's
how
all
do we
it
make
was.
the money work, right? Because
Yep.
I just didn't see how it could work with him and Pollard. But like y'all saying, we got to pay him anyway. If he's able to come back for a cool $2 or $3 million, he's willing to accept that just to be in Dallas. He's already at Dak Prescott's house right now.
Yep.
We all for it because we know what we're going to get from Ezekiel Elliott. And then you can add on one of these later draft picks in day 3 and maybe build for the future. But I'm all for running it back, especially with the question marks about Tony Pollard. Like, where's he really going to be and where's his mental mindset is going to be at? So,
and that's where people not actually being honest with themselves, Tuck, is really asking yourself the tough question of what is Pollard going to be? That's the tough question that people not really being honest. The fact that he got and had a late season January surgery, you got to take that into account. And then my boy C say wishful thinking, but it sounds good. It's not wishful thinking. It's not. Because see, this is what happened. They didn't offer him a contract because they wanted him to go out into the market, right?
Right.
So he went out into the market. 3 teams was leaked: the Bengals, Philly, and the Jets. All 3 publicly on their Twitters was like, we cool on you, which means his market has dried up, which leaves him one answer. And it was one team out of all of those teams that was saying, we want you. It was his own team, the Dallas Cowboys. When you add the fact of what Jay Tuck just talked about, that he's working out with Dak, it's almost like the reality is hitting him like, bro, you got no options but to go play back for the team that wants you. And it's going to be at the price that they want to give him. It's just what it is. So, like, I would have said wishful thinking if he was getting a bunch of offers, and I would have said wishful thinking if the running back market was just, you know what I mean, just outrageous and balls was getting paid. Balls ain't getting paid right now.
Class too. And plus this draft class. So a lot of these teams are sitting back thinking, man, they got the same draft profiles that we got. So they're sitting back thinking we can get a lot of value in these drafts. So it's like, I think the Cowboys might get the opportunity, like you said, Boss, to get their cake and eat it too. It's like they didn't want to give Zeke a disrespectful offer, okay?
No,
so
that's all
they
it
kind
was.
of they moved on. But now that disrespectful offer might be the best offer you might be able to get if you want to still play in the NFL. So
that's it.
It's kind of a take it or leave it a point. So we'll see how it works out, but I'm all for it.
We'll see. But, you know,
but this jersey ain't coming down anytime soon. This jersey ain't coming down anytime soon.
But it's not just about playing in the NFL, though. We're talking about a back-to-back 12-win season that you were a part of, that you're very familiar with, guys in that locker room.
Right.
Everybody loves Zeke. So that's a big factor as well, being the love. I think he probably would take that money, come back, be in the place that he's loved, and be familiar and not have to move anywhere, you know?
Makes
No
sense.
doubt, no doubt.
Really
And they still got his jersey and his face all over Dallas. So they haven't pulled that from the Arlington Stadium yet. Zeke all over the billboards and things like that. So we'll see, man. I think that right now what they're going to do is do the draft. And then if they can't find a reasonable solution with that, they'll bring him back for a cup of coffee. Hell, they
I
brought
come back
Jason
with the
Witten
1-5.
They brought Jason Witten back. So come on,
that's
y'all.
what I'm saying,
Y'all leave it
Jason
alone.
Witten, Sean Lee with a torn ab. Like when Jerry has a love and affinity for you, you always pretty much safe in Dallas. Like you know, so
unless you Dez.
They brought
Dez is
back.
the only one. You know what I'm saying? That was more Steven and Jerry.
Yeah, they brought LVE back for that cheap contract, and he played back, and then he got.
They brought LVE back twice. They brought him back twice.
So check this out. Montana said, DMV Zeke now. See, that's why I respect DMV, because it really wasn't about the player. It was about the money and like, because see, to DMV and J Tuck defense and anybody else that saw us all debating this, it really was it really time for him to go? And at that time, let's just keep it real. Nobody knew that this running back market was going to be as depressed as it is. You know what I mean? So they was making a safe assumption that he was going to have to go get his money somewhere else. Like real talk. Yeah. So now that everything done played out, it's not that, in my opinion, that he's like flipped. It's just that the information changed. So it shows that he's flexible.
Right.
Yeah.
Which we should be.
Dre Maddox said, man, come on, y'all. They brought back Brandon Carr. So
Yeah. And they did him the same way. They sent him into the market. He went out mad. He came back like, I wasn't that mad.
He wasn't that mad. He played pretty solid for the Ravens.
He did. And for us. I think he played good for us too.
And I'm gonna answer this one though right there for Sam Jordan. The reason why they didn't bring back Dez, it's come on, man. It's like Jordan playing with 45. You know, I can't see Dez Bryant playing without 88. No, come on, man.
But if Zeke come back with that 1-5, it ain't to play games with you.
Ooh, hey,
now that's a whole.
You right. He really is looking like Zeke. This is a new DMV. What kind of guy? Who is this? Wait, Zeke DMV. What is going on? Wait,
he went from Law to Zeke.
Damn.
He went down the whole gene pool. He went to Law to Twin Maker. Now he's Zeke.
Y'all ever had that homeboy? He felt like he could do better than what he got at home until he went to the club and found out them chicks ain't hauled around like he thought. He go right back home, get in the bed.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I gotta go back home. You know what I'm saying? Club wasn't hitting last night.
Yeah, let me go back home and snuggle. Here we go.
Mama E gonna get you for that, bro.
All
right, so we gonna play us a game. So y'all ready for this? And everybody gotta participate on everybody channel. So if you're on DV channel, on Tuck channel, on Law channel, on Boss Cowboy Sports channel, we streaming to all of them right now. All right.
Yeah.
So we all gotta participate in this game because this go help. Okay. And let's talk about where this came from. Let me first show y'all where this came from. This whole exercise came from my brother J Tuck. All right, so this is what Tuck said, and I literally pinned this. This is the first thing you see when you come to my my tweet now. Like when you come to this is the first. So my boy said, facts. F your draft rules. The win now window, all that matters. Ooh, wait. See, that's so rich. Let me come on, man. What's a button for that? Let me see.
Oh, Law gotta hit that.
They coming.
Ooh, F your draft rules. Ooh, wait. It's the window. So with the window, we gotta go through, and I mean this, we gotta go through and we gotta look at players and ask this question. We go talk about players and we go all discuss this. Is this candidate a draft for the future? Meaning we might be looking to replace somebody. Perfect example, Steve Avila, right? It's not just that Steve Avila is the left guard. A lot of people looking at him as a potential replacement to Tyler, right? Or is it a contention window pick? Does this pick put you over the hump? We go talk about that, right? Or get you closer to being over the hump? Or is it a combination of both? I think with Steve, you could probably say a combination of both. Would that be fair? For Steve, he would be the left guard need, but then he would also be the future. So some of these guys gonna be future. Some of these guys are going to be Now, some of these guys are gonna be both. Okay, so let's just kind of look and let's just go through. All right. Matter of fact, let's just start with the thumbnail. All right. So I've been hearing stuff about corner, right?
Yeah.
So with corner, let's talk about Porter, right? Porter, and we can go around. Let's start with you, Tuck. What would you call Porter, like right now? Would you call Porter? And everybody got to answer this question: a draft for the future, contention window, or both?
I would say for Joey Porter Jr., it would be more about the future, because right now, the way things currently stand, you have Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Gilmore, and Deron Blandon who showed improve. But this will be the pick that kind of lets you know, okay, if Stephon Gilmore might just be your rental guy, you're really looking at not for next season, but the following season. So if it comes to me, when it comes to Joey Porter, I would think this is more about the future, because I just don't think you're not going to move Gilmore out of his spot. You're not going to move Diggs, and I feel like Bland is more developed than Joey Porter right now. So I would think that this is more of a future pick than contention win now, as far as Joey Porter Jr. is concerned.
Okay, and then also, which strategy do you prefer? Do you prefer, or are you kind of like early picks guy that you want to be? Now contention guy. What's your kind of general strategy, Tuck?
Yeah, I feel like the way that this board is constructed is with this draft, like there's going to be a lot of win now players that you can get that's an instant plug-in that can really put your team over the top. So where that whole tweet came from was, y'all know I haven't been heavy on the tight end position.
Yeah.
But when it came to Dalton Kincaid, what I was trying to explain is, all right, I know we have Jake Ferguson. I love Jake Ferguson. I love Hendershot. But if you think about what you could do if you have this 12 personnel with with Ferguson, but also Kincaid, it's going to be completely dynamic and change the focus of our offense, where you have a tight end that can play wide receiver and boundary, then you have Ferguson, your balance. So that's kind of a win now, where it's like you really don't need it, but it's going to cause chaos if you're able to add that. Another prospect I was talking about as well is the whole Bijan Robinson. Like, granted, you don't take running backs in the first round and all these different rules. That's what I was saying. If Bijan is sitting right there at 26, you go ahead and get what could be the most dynamic offensive weapon in this draft. You deal with it, and then you figure it out later. It's the same approach that we went with CeeDee Lamb. So that's why I was saying I want to go in win now mode, especially the way this draft is constructed. There's going to be a lot of talented guys out there that can really put our team over the top. I don't care about insurance policies if we have to move on from Stephon Gilmore after next season. That's not my focus.
Yeah, okay.
But is Bijan Robinson the most dynamic offensive player in this year's draft? That's the question.
That's possibly. Like
was that God talking? Was God just talking?
That was the Lord himself. That was the Lord himself. I've been sitting here listening to y'all talk for 10 minutes.
My bad, Big God. Let's get you in here, man, because I could have swore I heard God.
It was the Lord.
God,
the Lord of hosts.
My boy just came in here out of nowhere. I ain't even mad.
The Lord said no to Bijan.
Let's get the OC up in here. All right, here we go. OC, let's get you up in here. All right, hold on, y'all. Give me a second. So let's talk about the Bijan then. Is Bijan a futures pick? Is he a contender pick? Is he both?
I would say he's both.
Personally. Both of them.
Both of them. Okay, we'll make your case and then we gonna go around.
He's actually all three, right? So I've been saying there's win now, there's future, and there's insurance policies, right? So I feel like when it comes to Bijan, you get your win now, you get your explosive offensive weapon, you get your insurance policy if something is wrong with Tony Pollard, and you also get your future pick. You can move on from Tony Pollard after the season as well and save money there at the running back position. So I feel like when it comes to Bijan, he's all three, honestly.
I definitely see. I say both. Yep. Yeah, I can see both because, see, when you get Bijan, you get you a 3-down back. Currently, as we constructed, we don't have that. Let's keep it real. Right. It's going to be a committee. It's going to be a committee. It's set up to be a committee. You cannot get around committee right now. Pollard, with his injury, they go pitch count him. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the running backs, except for Jones, don't have the frame to be 3-down backs. So, yeah, I agree with that. I would say he would be both. So, what would y'all say? Let's go with you, Law, and then we'll go with the OC and go around.
Yeah, I would think that if Bijan falls to the 26th spot, the Cowboys will not pass up on him. So he will be both. He will be a futures deal, and he will have big shoes to fill, by the way. And on top of that, he'll be, hey, the Cowboys got no excuses now. You know, they will elevate Bijan to being better than Saquon and Zeke, by the way, because that's what the media do. They would like to build us up during the offseason and expect us to fall. So, yeah, he will be both of them.
All right, so what you got on that, OC, and then DMV?
Yeah, I think that Bijan is. I agree, but not fully. I think that he's a short-term fix for a long-term problem, because I think that ultimately, if you're going to get a replacement for what Ezekiel Elliott was, you need a guy that's going to be really a home run hitter and have the power to finish on short yardage. And I think that Bijan Robinson is talented. He's quick in the hole. He has a lot of good to his game, but he's shifty. He makes people miss in a phone booth, but he doesn't have that long speed and he doesn't have that overwhelming power. And so those are two things that I think for a feature back that you want to have. He gives you flexibility and takes you more out of a running back by committee. But I don't think, even if you draft Bijan with that first pick, and you could, he's a talented guy, but I don't think that he's your ultimate long-term solution with his skill set.
Controversy.
And I know that's not a popular opinion. I understand that.
I respect it.
I feel you on that. I think that he's both, because for one, you don't know what is going on with Tony Pollard. With the 26th pick, something similar to what Tuck is talking about. Really, we're pretty deep on this roster at on both sides of the ball. So for the most part, like with the exception of maybe guard and tight end, if you want to make that case, a lot of these guys are going to come in and be backups, or they're going to be depth, but they're going to, you want to make sure that 26th pick is going to get a lot of snaps to learn, because they're going to come in and eventually replace whoever it is that they're backing up. And I think that Bijan Robinson, if he is picked, he's going to get a lot of snaps sharing the load with Tony Pollard, assuming that Tony Pollard is coming back as Tony Pollard. So I think, and then what we all talked about it, Tony Pollard really on a 1-year rental for $10 million. So Tony Pollard more than likely isn't going to sign a long-term deal. And then you're probably going to bring in another back, kind of like what OC was insinuating with this comment before then. But that's how I feel. I think that he's both.
Well, let me interject on this too. So with that being said, if the Cowboys decide to even draft this dude, Bijan Robinson, right, it's going to be something like this. With the 26th pick, the Cowboys select Bijan Robinson, right?
Yep.
But somewhere down the line, before draft is over with in the next 2 days, they're gonna draft another running back, and it could be a Deuce Vaughn, it could be Tajay Spears. It's going to be another running back to replace Pollard.
So hey, so since you're going there, that opens up a whole nother conversation that I'm gonna just take a audible and talk about. What positions do we double dip? Because I think running back is one that you double dip. Yep. I think running back is one. But go ahead.
So I have an idea to double dip actually guard.
Yep.
And my idea to double dip at guard would be kind of a red shirt play. It's one of my favorite prospects is Andrew Voorhees out of USC, who he actually tore his ACL at the combine. But if you're able to get him, let's say 4th round, 5th round, right? You just take a flight in the 5th round. Not only if you go Steve Bailey, let's say in the 2nd round, right, and you go Andrew Voorhees in the 5th, right? You have your red shirt player, but what you also have to prepare for, Cowboys Nation, is the possibility of Zach Martin being like, all right, I'm done too. So you can have a red shirt player to kind of fill those 2 gaps of your left guard and possibly your right guard. So I would consider double dipping at running back and also at guard, and maybe offensive tackle as well. It depends on what type of guard you pick up, if there's any position flex, but those would be the main 2 positions I would look at the double dip in the draft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody
we double dipped last year at tackle, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but the issue is that, not to cut you off, is that you didn't get premium picks. And I think the problem with the Cowboys is that I agree with that thought that Tuck has, but with a little bit of an adjustment. You need to double dip with a premium pick first. You're not going to go wrong if you're the Dallas Cowboys drafting your guy with the first pick in the draft. And we've seen it for years and how successful they've been when they've invested a premium pick in the first round, from Zach Martin to Fredericks to Tyron Smith to Tyler Smith. On and on I could go. They've had tremendous success with that. And so I think you get a surefire guy, a combo guy that could be a tackle or a guard for you. And then you can double down on that in later rounds and get some quality and possibly a developmental guy, which, doubling back the block about Bijan Robinson, which in my opinion, and I'll just put it out here, I don't think that running back is the best pick at pick 26. I think that offensive line is the best pick. I think if you look at the conference, you look at the Eagles, you look at San Francisco, you look at the strength of the lines, you look at the championship Kansas City Chiefs, you see the strength in that offensive line and the investment in that offensive line to be great. And you saw some running back by committee be successful in Philadelphia because of the strength of the interior and that line as a whole. And I think if you had to go running back by committee, which it looks like we're going to do that to at least some extent this year, is that you have to invest and double down with that offensive line and be sure that it's one of the top 3 groups in the NFL. Just my
Let me
opinion.
stretch your mind there, OC, on that thought track there. And this is, please don't window dress this, because if you said offensive line with the 26th pick, and if you look at your draft board, there's no way that you will have your guard higher than your tackles at that point. So that means you would draft a tackle to play guard, right or wrong.
That's facts.
Give me your top 5 offensive linemen then.
Yeah. So I'll answer this inverse. So if you look at this, you're drafting a guy that can play tackle and guard, and so he may end up being your left guard if you're going on a best 5 philosophy, right? And he's just the best top 5 players, which he should be if you take him at pick 26. So you start him idealistically at guard. You cross-train him, okay, to play tackle as well, because you have Tyron Smith with possible injuries, and we don't know how strong Steele will be. So I'll give you the top 4 premium tackles in my opinion, and the other one is an asterisk mark. Okay, you got Gronkowski, you got Paris Jr. out of Ohio State. Those are your top 2 tackles, hands down. Shooting up the board, you have Broderick, okay, out of Georgia. You have him. So he's probably your 3rd tackle at this point, also moving up the board aggressively and deservedly so. He was the best tackle in the SEC, in my opinion, is Darnell Wright. That's the number 4 tackle. And then you have my guy out of Oklahoma. I forget his name.
Anton.
Yeah, Anton.
Wait. You got Wright over Anton now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Law, you
yes,
tell you
sir,
what's crazy? I'm going to tell you something crazy, Law. Check this out. I'm going to tell y'all
But let me ask you something,
I've
OC.
changed my top tackle 6 times.
Well, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Do y'all believe Darnell can switch over to the left side?
100%, yes, because he started 2 games at guard. He started 2 games at guard in Tennessee his freshman year. He started 2 games at right guard. He started 5 games at right tackle his freshman year at Tennessee. Then he played 9 out of 10 starts at right tackle. His sophomore year, he started all 13 games on the left side. His junior year, okay, he was all SEC. They asked him to switch because they had guys that could not play the right side. They said, can you switch to right tackle? His senior year, he switched. He started all 13 games there without giving up a sack. He didn't give up a sack his last 19 games. Okay, if you look at Darnell Wright.
Why you got him over Anton? What do you?
I got him over. I got him over Antoine because Antoine needs lower body strength. And Antoine is not, in my opinion, as explosive off the ball. I think translating to the NFL, he's a role grader type, talking about Wright. And he's a dancing bear with a guy that doesn't have the absolute best feet in the draft, but adequate feet to set up and give you great blocks in terms of blocking speed rushes. And he has some technical detailed nuance to his game that Antoine does not have. Him and I would probably say, to be honest with you, Gronkowski are the most technical tackles out of the top five. They're the most technical tackles.
So when Darnell lunges, you're not worried about his lunging and his getting off of his set sometimes and kind of delayed a little bit.
I like this.
I think that in speed rushers, elite speed rushers, he has lunged at times and definitely got his head out over his feet. That's the technical development thing. But I think overall he plays fluid, he plays sound, and he plays with good hands. Yes, he's had some bad reps. Absolutely. They all have. But overall he plays with a lot of balance and he plays with good hand discipline, which is the thing you kind of want to see out of a first round tackle, because most guys, if you study these tackles, they miss wide with their hands. It's only a handful of guys that play with the hand discipline to snatch and grab. He can snatch and grab when you try to bull rush him, and I can talk about that technique later, but he also has the discipline to get his hands appropriately inside. He also has the hand discipline to one hand punch you with the outside hand, making you redirect so he can control you with his inside hand. Those are advanced things that most people typically don't do until they get on the NFL level. So yes, I'm confident with some work and a good camp, he'll be in great shape, in my opinion.
So I got one question for the OC. Oh, go ahead, Jay Tuck. Go ahead.
The one dilemma is that when you look at Paris and also Peter, a lot of scouts are viewing them as quote unquote guards, even though I think they'll be the first offensive lineman off the board. So I feel like when it comes to the Darnell Wright, the Broderick Jones, and Anton Harrison, they might be a little bit higher because they're the quote unquote tackles. Now, if you go back to what we're trying to talk about, the win now, I feel like Anton Harrison helps us with win now because the left tackle is the void that I'm trying to fill. I feel like it's going to take Darnell Wright a minute before he transitions from right tackle to left tackle. So if I'm looking for where the Cowboys are, I would lean towards Anton Harrison because we're all just trying to figure out what we're going to do. Now, here's the thing, right? I think the Cowboys do believe that Tyron Smith is the future left tackle, but I want to ask you this, OC. You mean, this is your lane. That's why I come to you, right, fam?
Right.
When you look at Anton Harrison, you look at Broderick Jones, and you look at Darnell Wright, don't you think that they're better prospects coming to the draft than Tyler Smith was last year?
Ooh, good question.
That's a great question, Jay Tuck.
And listen, just real quick. I got to get some effects to that. It's two things I want to clap up: Jay Tuck question and the OC Wi-Fi. Clap it up. Kicking today, OC. Thank you.
So let me answer. Let me backtrack on something you said. I'm not looking at Darnell Wright to come in and be a left tackle. I think that you have a anomaly, a rookie that came in that played fantastic at the left tackle position. I think you're looking for a backup guard, and you're looking for the best guard at left guard, and you're looking for a right tackle in the event that Tyron Smith goes down and Terrence Steele is not at his best or he's not ready to go for several games, right? That's the fear, in my opinion. The biggest fear is that you have Tyron Smith go down early and you don't have an adequate, strong guy there that can hold up on the right side in lieu of still getting back. Okay, so when you answer your question, Jay Tuck, and it's a great question, I think that you have guys that have more talent. I think the more talented guys than Tyler Smith would probably be Paris Jr. and Broderick out of Georgia. Those are the two guys that I would say have more just raw talent. When you talk about Gronkowski, he's going to be a tackle because he's a plug-and-play guy because he makes no technical errors. He's a guy that his feet are right, his hands are right, he's strong, he does everything right, and he has technical detail and savvy, which is why some people have him one, some people have him two. Now, athletically speaking, Jay Tuck, Harris is the best tackle in the draft. He's a dancing bear. He moves like a basketball forward, man. He has great feet. He has great explosion. He has great arm length. He redirects well. Like, he's a guy that's your blue chip. Okay, this guy could be a Pro Bowler in a couple years with a lot of work and star for us for 12 years. He has the most talent. Okay, now the guy that has the most upside is Broderick out of Georgia because he's a redshirt sophomore. He's fast as crap. He's explosive. He has a mean streak, and he can play multiple positions, in my opinion. Darnell Wright is a hammer. He's a guy that has good, adequate feet, not great feet like Paris Johnson or even Broderick, in my opinion. But he's a guy that has 42 starts for Tennessee in the SEC. He's a guy that's played against the #1 draft pick last year out of Georgia and gave up no sacks. Okay. Also, he was player
SEC.
Yeah.
For that game.
Also, Boss Cowboy, to add to that, he played against Will Anderson this year, which is more than likely the top defensive edge rusher that's going to be coming off the board. He shut him out as well. So that's letting me know about his psyche. He is a big game player. He steps up in big games, and the stage is not too bright. So based upon those details, I trust him. And the reason why I really trust him, Jay Tucker, I'll tell you why I really like him. This is why I really like him the most, Jay Tucker.
He starts smiling.
I'll tell you why.
Wait, man. That boy got
I'll tell you.
What is going on?
When it comes to offensive line, man, when it comes to offensive line, you gotta let OC cook, man.
Yeah, he cooking.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I like him. And Boss Cowboy already noticed because this boy don't wear no knee pads and no thigh pads.
Oh!
That's mentality. He don't wear knee pads or thigh pads. All he do is put on the knee braces. They make him put on the knee. You see that picture? There's no pads in his pants.
I love it.
No pads.
Advanced scouting right there.
Ooh,
So
I love it. That's a swag thing.
Just to take right, plug him at left guard, and then when things hit the fan, the right tackle, you kick him out to right tackle.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I got a question for the OC.
There's the win now. So, okay, cool.
Go ahead.
I wasn't thinking like that last week either. I wasn't even thinking like that. Like
I was thinking just pure right tackle.
I was thinking pure right tackle last week. You know, Morris in my chat said, "Boss, you need to go double check. He played on the left side too." And I was like, "He did," and I went and double check. I'm like, "Ooh," and that made sense for him to be a 30 visit. Because it's like now you got a versatile guy where most of us thought he was a right side guy. And that's when I switched to the OC's plan where you do plug him to left guard, whether you want to develop him anyway, but you have him as an insurance for Tyron Smith for right tackle in case he goes down before Steele comes back. I think it's a good plan. And I wasn't thinking this last week, but as I start researching, I switched to that. And this is why I really mean this, y'all. This is not double-minded when I say this, too. I've switched my top tackle 6 times. You know? That's not bad, though. Because what that's saying is them dudes are close. It's no major gaps and schisms between these guys. Yes. If you say Paris, you got a lot of reasons to say you right. But if you say DeJuan Jones, ain't nobody go fight you too much. If you say Broderick Jones, can somebody really fight you on that? The same thing you said about Paris being a Pro Bowler, OC, you said about Darnell. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
I did.
This is an opportunity for Dallas.
Right.
And what this do is this remove all of the conversation of Steve Avila, John Michael Smith, as well as Osiris Torrance, because look how giddy we are or talking about these tackles now, right? And I'm quite sure at the 26th pick, 25 teams ahead of us, they're not going to draft all of these tackles.
That's what I said.
One of these tackles going to be there.
That's what I said. I told the OC that. The OC didn't want to listen
We've been
to me.
on that.
Well, listen. I pray that you're right. I pray that y'all are right. And I'm not saying that you guys are wrong because it very well could fall that way. But what I do know, and from my research, and I've been pouring over a lot of film, man, those are the premium 4 guys, man, in my opinion, okay? My strong opinion. Those are the premium 4 guys.
Who are the 4?
And when the
What's your 4?
Who's your 4? The premium?
All right, Gronkowski, Harris, Broderick, and Darnell Wright.
And what team and which teams need in the draft? Which team need tackles or guards?
It's several teams that need tackles, and the fear is this. This is my fear, okay? And I could be wrong about this. All right,
so you got to name them.
Name the teams right quick if you know them.
I'll pull up the draft list. I'll pull up the draft order. We'll go through it. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
the show done took a detour, y'all, but this is good.
This is a good conversation.
This is good.
But to go off what we talked about.
So Arizona could go tackle. The Jets could go tackle. Detroit could go another tackle. They have peanut
Before
few
you
out.
take off, if you don't mind, let me pull up the list just real quick.
I'll let you pull it up.
Chicago could go tackle. Chicago could go tackle. Chicago.
They could go tackle too. It's several teams that will
go wide
I
receiver.
want to see this list because I think I'm gonna
Because
fight y'all on this.
Carr's got to have somebody to throw the ball to.
All right, I'm gonna fight some of this because some of this y'all need to stop. I'm gonna just say it right now because y'all trying to piss in my Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna let y'all do it.
So my opinion on this too is that look, the first 2 possible 3 picks will be quarterback. Yep. We know Carolina's picking a quarterback. We know the Texans will pick a quarterback. Possibly Arizona's not gonna pick a quarterback.
Right?
Indy gonna pick a quarterback. Indy gonna pick one, yeah.
What's this?
Indy's gonna pick a quarterback, and that's probably the Florida quarterback, right? Probably the Florida guy.
All right.
So
Carolina got first pick.
Yeah,
it's
Carolina
updated.
got first pick.
Yeah, so that's a trade. Yeah, so they're right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now you have Denver. Denver has a variety of needs. Offensive line is one. All right.
Okay, what's their
offensive
needs?
line?
What would you say is Denver needs? Because see, this is one thing that I noticed.
No, that's not Denver. That's Seattle. That's Seattle.
Seattle gonna have that.
Seattle got 2 young tackles. They're probably not going to draft tackles. Seattle got 2 young tackles.
Dropping according to your own. They dropping OC.
See,
the tackles are dropping, bro.
Gone yet. Ain't a tackle gone yet. Go get
him. I said Indianapolis definitely needs another tackle, dude. They could go defense or offensive line. We don't know.
I think you said they was probably go quarterback. They likely go quarterback.
I think Chicago gonna get the first tackle personally.
Chicago.
Let me see. Chicago.
See that
on the 9th.
But Chicago.
No, look.
Yeah.
Look at Vegas though. Vegas just signed Garoppolo. They want to get that boy some protection. The Falcons need everything.
They still trying to.
They could go weapon too. They could go weapon.
They could go weapon too.
Yeah, I think
it's more Vegas style to get weapon.
You might not see the first tackle till 9. Chicago. Is that what DMB said? Yeah,
I can see tackle at 9. And if the tackle run start at 9, we good.
It's probably gonna be Paris, bro.
Paris first tackle.
It might be what OC is saying. You might see Darnell Wright go. You might.
But listen. Once those first 2 tackles come off the board, that's the thing. When those first 2 tackles get drafted, because I agree with your theory. Between 8 and 11, I think J-Tug, the first tackle will probably come off realistically, right? If I'm just being honest.
Tennessee could go tackle. Tennessee could go tackle.
Going tackle. Tennessee is likely
once those first 2 tackles go, then you got the third tackle. They not gonna leave if Broderick is there. And let's say he's not off the board. Somebody coming to get that board pretty quick. Now you down to your last, I think, premium tackle, and therein he has to make it all the way to pick 26. I don't know.
You also got New England there too, as well.
Yeah,
Belichick. So,
but see, this is the problem though with New England, and this is why I don't think New England gonna take tackle because they don't take premium tackles. They don't.
What?
Well, they might.
They like to mold their guys.
They do like to mold.
New England does weird stuff.
They reach. Yeah, they reach. They do all kind of weird stuff. They believe in Cole. I ain't tripping though. If that show guy go get him, you know what I'm saying. But
New England gonna get Josh Downs.
But I'm seeing. But let's keep going because I'm seeing these tackles drop. OC. Let's keep going.
Okay. I hope you're right, brother. I hope you're right.
No, we going through the list.
Remember New England
didn't Washington technically? Didn't Washington go tackle?
Isaiah Wynn and all them. Okay, keep going.
See, because this the deal, man. This is why I think we gonna be able to get us one of these tackles. So when I go look at this list right here, like OC, I do believe that for the most part, you are close, right? In terms of 4, because historically, I looked at this yesterday and I looked at the history of the draft, bro. Everyone, I went back 5 years, dog. It's about 5 tackles that go every year, except in 2019. And if you look at 2019, it's one thing about 2019 that clearly stands out if you look at it close. It was a heavy defensive freakish class. You see what I'm saying? It was a heavy defensive that pushed down a lot of talent. That is the one thing, OC, that where I think you right. If you go look at this draft don't have enough defensive freaks that's gonna push down your talent. You know what I mean? So for instance, it's a reason why in 2019, when we go back and look at it, why did DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, Debo Samuels. All of those guys went to the second because you had Nick Bosa's in the first, Quentin Williams in the first. You see what I'm saying? Ed Oliver, Devin Bush. It was a lot of defense. Christian Wilkins. You know what I mean? It was a lot of good defense. Jeffrey Simmons. Like, look at this. Darnell Savage. You know, it was so many good defensive guys. And that's the thing to where, OC, I think you're right, that it's going to get close. So let's talk about this then.
My bad.
Isn't tackle something we probably should move up for?
If there's a guy you really want, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
I agree.
But that's why I've been speaking so heavily about Anton Harrison, because I feel like Anton Harrison is going to be a tackle that's going to be available for you. And he can play left tackle as well. So, you know, that's why I've been kind of talking about him, because I feel like what OC is saying, I just don't see, I don't see Darnell Wright being there. I don't see Roger.
I don't see him being there either, Tuck. I don't see him being there either. I don't see him making it to 26. I told Boss Cowboy this like 2 days in a row. I don't see him making it to 26. No way, Jose. Now, if he's there around 18 or 19 and you love Darnell Wright, I think at that point he's within range and the Cowboys don't have to give up too much to go up and go get him. And I think at that scenario, you go get him. If he's hanging out around 19, 18, he's not picked yet, and you love him, then go up and go get him. That would be my contention. But, yeah, I don't think he's not going to make it to 26, man. I agree with you, Tug. He's not going to make it to 26, dude.
I say go get him.
There's another position that I feel like I would double dip at. This is why I wouldn't go up and get the tackle, because I feel like the other position we could double dip at is defensive tackle, where get a 3 and a 1. So we have an opportunity at 26 to get a guy that's a tweener, possibly an N or 3. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different scenarios that if these tackles do go like y'all saying, somebody that we didn't see dropping is going to drop. And that's where Tuck is talking about the Quentin Johnston, you know what I'm saying, the JSNs. So those are also receivers, another position that we could go. That's why I wouldn't necessarily go up. But I feel y'all, if it's what they do, I would applaud it. I'd be okay with it because that's who they really want.
Can I make the case on going up real quick before you go to
go ahead, boss. Yeah.
The case on going up is about establishing a dominance that we haven't had here in a long time, as well as establishing insurance. You see what I'm saying? So just think about the teams where we had a dominant offensive line, the 2014 team, the 2015 team, the 2016 team. Those teams was full of average to bad defenses that still won 12 games. But the command of the whole team was the offensive line built between Fredericks, Zach Martin, and then at that time Leary. So if you go get you Darnell Wright and you're aggressive about going to get him, right, and you really shore up that middle 3, it helps your committee running back, which you gonna have to have anyway. You know we gonna start the season with a committee. It's gonna help Dak. It's gonna help your running game. It's gonna help Tyler Smith gel at left tackle. It's gonna help your receivers because they gonna have more time with Dak. It's so many dominoes that fall because of this one pick. This one guy could, in my opinion, that's why I call this guy right now a contention window pick, or another one of those ideal left-sided tackles or guards. You know what I mean? So that's my case of being aggressive on not just right, on the perfect ideal person to really get your offensive line back to
he look like Trent Williams right there.
So that's my case.
Because here's what I was gonna say. Like, if you go through CBS, you have Paris Johnson going the first pick. I mean, sorry, not the first pick, but the first offensive lineman off the board to the Bears, right at the 9th pick. Then at pick 12, you have Peter going to the Texans. You have Broderick right after going to the Jets. Then you have Darnell. Then you have Darnell going to the Patriots. All right, so now we're getting wiped out a little bit.
Yeah, we getting wiped out. Yep.
Then you have Osiris Torrance going to the Bucks.
Yep.
And then I'm not even gonna say Cowboys pick because y'all gonna be pissed off at me.
It's gonna be a tight end.
Yeah,
Kincaid,
but it's my favorite one. It's my favorite. No, it ain't that. Was my favorite one. It's Sam Laporta. So,
what?
But
Whoa!
yeah.
What?
What?
Wait.
Round?
Yeah,
Hell no.
I can screen share this. Yeah, if you go to CBS, boss, where you at, and look at the mark, they got it listed right now. So I'm scrolling.
Hold on,
through.
walk me through it to goddamn, because I'm finna go crazy on this. No way, where's that? Talk to me.
Let's see. Go, click on mock drafts, maybe.
I don't see it. Don't worry about it. If we gotta find it, don't worry about it.
Scroll to the top. Okay.
I'm at the top. Hold on. I want to find this. God dog, because that's crazy. I see 247 Sports Match Prep, Sports Line Shop, Play Golf, Essentials, Home
should be on that.
NFL Draft. This is probably it. So it's a NFL Draft. Mock Draft, is this it?
Click on those three dots right there. Those three dots are right above where it says prospect rankings. To the right. No, to the right. To the left, right there.
I mean,
you see?
I said this year I'm not gonna boo the pick. Said this year I'm not gonna boo the pick. But if it's Laporta at 26, I ain't gonna boo it. But I ain't gonna.
Now slide down.
I'm gonna chill in silence for a little bit.
Because they got to give the explanation on why they did that, right?
Yeah. So.
But I do want to say something as y'all look through this. I mean, to your point, Antoine.
Both of them.
So here's what they say on. Here's what they said on Sam. They said Dalton Schultz played on the franchise tag a year ago, and he's now in Houston. Meanwhile, at the tight end, Cowboys have Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot, Sean McKeon, who combined for 32 receptions season ago. Perhaps Dallas feels good about this group. Ferguson, a 2022 fourth rounder, and Hendershot, McKeon, both undrafted free agents, but none were as athletic as Schultz. And that's where Laporta comes in. The Iowa tight end is one of the 5 players at the position who could end up being a top 40 selection. There was a lot of buzz around the league after his pro day that he could go much higher than the conventional wisdom might suggest. His tape is impressive when you account for the fact that he was playing in an inadequate Iowa offense.
Oh no!
I mean, okay. Well,
then they got two guys. They cheating off each other notes, man.
I know, bro. And then they over here thinking they thinking we gotta replace Schultz. No, we don't. Because if we wanted Schultz, we would have paid Schultz. Stop.
Thank you.
I ain't tripping. That's picked up. Just letting you know, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying?
And then they got Drew Sanders next. Like we can't use a linebacker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I was just going through.
They playing, bro. They playing.
What the run offensive line could look like. You know what I'm saying?
For the view, though, let me see. I'm going to CBS myself.
I'm looking at it right now. So Osiris went, and then Darnell Wright went, Broderick Jones went, Peter went, Paris went. So that leaves us with
Antoine is probably going to be available there for you, no doubt. To Jay Tuck's point, he's probably going to be available, and he's not a bad pick. I just think he's not quite as sure and quite as ready as those top 4. But his upside is great. But I just think he got to add some strength in his lower half and just work on a couple more technical things. I think he plays a little bit with his hands wild sometimes, and he can get in trouble. But that's just my assessment of him. But I think he's a great talent. And I think if he's there, he's not a bad pick at all either. If you're going to go offensive line, I think that he's better than Steve Avila. If you pick Steve Avila at 26, that's a reach, right? If you pick a couple of these other guys at 26, that's going to be, in my opinion, a reach. But I think that your argument is the best on this, Boss Cowboy. That if he falls, because we never know what's going to happen until we get into it, right? It could be a run on lineman early. It could be a run on lineman late in the first round. It could be a run on defensive backs, right? Then that pushes some other people down. We don't really know until we get into that first round. But if you want one of these guys, to both you guys' points, I think you go probably have to move up a little bit to get a guy like Darnell, man. I just think that's the case.
You want that 4-4 that he's talking about. You got to move up possibly. So.
I think so. I think you got to move up.
This leads me to my question that I was going to ask before, because you said that, more than likely it could be a guy with position flex to play guard and tackle. But I was going to say, what if we already have that guy? Would you feel okay with drafting the Anton Harrison at left tackle and pushing Tyler back to guard?
Here's the thing, and I've kind of mentioned this before. I don't think that you really assume that whoever you draft, a rookie is going to come in and do what Tyler Smith did. That's my only concession. So if he's ready to rock and he's going to hold up as good as Tyler Smith did, then yeah, you can bump Tyler Smith back inside. But I just think that you got to let that play out in training camp and preseason before you make that your declaration, which is why I'm in favor of a position flex guy that can play guard or tackle. And I think Antoine could bump inside and play tackle. Guard. I think he will struggle a little bit because I think his lower half needs to be stronger, but he can address some of that in 3 months. Some of it is going to be, his second year.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Anton's the most pure left tackle. I feel like he's just a left tackle versus like Darnell. He can wrestle in the phone booth and he can plug him at left guard. So
yeah.
I'm just Tyler inside, honestly.
Yeah. So let me ask. I'm gonna ask everybody this. It's setting up to my boy Tyrone Church point that Anton or Deontay Jones is gonna be sitting there. Which one of them you taking?
I'm Anton. I have Anton ranked higher, so I'm taking Anton Harrison.
Yeah, I
like him at left tackle. I like him at left tackle.
I am too. I'm taking because it's still a premium. It's still a premium position, right? It's a premium position, and you get a lot of value with a guy that can come in and play that. And based upon how well he does, you make the determination of where you go play him this year. That's which basically you got to do in camp.
And knock on wood,
we're
pretty damn good at picking tackles, bro. Pretty damn good at it. So if they did it, I'd be all right with it.
I'm going with Broderick. This is my case on Broderick Jones.
Well, I think it's talking about Broderick.
I apologize, boss. You said Broderick Jones?
Yeah, I think we're talking about DeJuan Jones.
I thought you said DeJuan Jones.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about DeJuan.
I meant Broderick. Hold on. Did I say that?
What did you mean?
Hold on. Did I?
If it's Broderick, it's a different conversation.
Sorry.
Yeah, if it's Broderick, no, we get Broderick all day. You said Broderick, no, we get
No. DeJuan Jones.
No, DeJuan Jones might hit some of these buffets in Dallas and not be able to move and play. So I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Go ahead and give me Antoine. Give me Antoine now. I like him. He my dude. Look, he my dude. Look, he my dude.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy?
Hit the button. No.
Fake news.
What I'm telling you is real, boss. What I'm telling you is real.
Sandwich. Are you serious?
The dude is already 370. He's 370, boss. He gonna have to come down to at least 350, 345. And I'm telling you, if you have an unhealthy attachment, I would know this.
Sandwich.
Listen, no, I'm not talking about sandwiches. I'm talking about a lot of sandwiches. I'm not talking about one sandwich. I'm talking about a lot of sandwiches. And what I'm saying, no disrespect, I'm saying his size, he does not move well left to right. He does not. If you counter move him, he gets stuck. He already plays with a super high seat because he's tall, he's long, he's super heavy. I'm concerned about the discipline and the long-term projection of him playing right tackle. And so I'm going with the safe pick. If it's my money at pick 26, I'll give me Antoine. Go ahead and give me him. I'll work with him. I'm not getting that big fella right now. We talked about another prospect out of Minnesota, Boss Cowboy, that you like, the big 6'10", 390-pound dude from Minnesota. Where is he at? He's not in the league. You don't see a lot of successful tackles that are 6'7", that are 400 pounds. You don't see it, boss.
A lot of 6'8", 270 basketball players, but one of them is named LeBron.
Yeah, you don't. But he ain't no LeBron level because he don't work out like LeBron. His cardio ain't like LeBron.
Hold on. Pause. Because, see, this is the problem. Can I fight the OC for 1 second, y'all?
Go ahead.
Go back. I got to fight this real quick. This the problem, bro. You making a major assumption, bro. Like, shouldn't your analysis be based on a profile and an interview with this guy and talking to coaches and talking to his high school coaches? Like, shouldn't you know more information before you say you scared of a sandwich? Because me and you know players. Me and you know a player in particular that if we asked him to gain 60 pounds, he would. If we asked that same player to lose 60 pounds in 4 months, he would. We saw a player do that. So don't you got to know the psyche and psychological profile of that player before you assume to be afraid that he might eat himself out the league?
Boss Cowboy, we know that player, but we also know two players that we played with. One that ate himself out, okay, and one
but you knew them dudes though. So
no,
you
no,
knew
yeah, but listen, boss,
know him.
Boss, I'm balancing your point.
No, you're not.
I know. I listen. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. The OC's
no,
gonna help
not.
you.
You ain't helping
I
nothing.
know. I know. Listen, man. I know the profile of big dudes. I know the profile of big offensive linemen. I know how they
So
are.
you the
I've
big
been
dude
one my
expert.
whole
You
life,
the big
and
dude
so I'm
expert.
Listen, I'm one of them. Yes, 100%. And so I'm telling you, listen, from the listen, Boss Cowboy.
You got some weight on you.
It ain't
You
about
know how
yellow
everybody
skin.
eat.
It ain't about yellow skin. This is about knowing offensive line and the position. And I'm simply telling you, he gained weight from the end of the season, boss. Boss, he gained weight.
You are fake
He was
news.
bigger. I'm not fake news. He was bigger, Boss Cowboy, in the Senior Bowl than he was at the end of the year. He weighed more. He gained weight, and that scared me. I'm telling you, he was 350 something, and he got up to around 370 something by the time he got to the Senior Bowl. So that weight gain scared me. So I am scared about his work habits. I am scared about his long-term viability in the position because he's already not a quick guy, and he already doesn't move well left to right. He's a strong guy. He can get a couple feet in the ground. He's extremely long. So when he gets his hands on you, he's good. He's not like Orlando Brown Jr., okay? Orlando Brown Jr., dad was a Hall of Famer, and he got sweet feet at 6'7", 340 pounds, not 360 or 70 pounds. I'm saying there's a difference, and I'm saying whoever drafts him, you better put him in a good program, and you better be careful. That's what I'm
Isn't
saying.
the Dallas Cowboys the best program ever? You go put him around Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, a boy that went through what you're getting ready to go through. This not the best place?
Wee woo.
We will.
I would have to slide with OC on this because boss. I remember we was talking about a particular defensive tackle out of Georgia, and you were talking about his weight gain was an issue.
Who?
What he had for the combine?
Jalen Carter, when he gained 8 pounds. That's what you're talking about, Jalen Carter.
Man, that's a totally different thing there.
Totally different?
Totally.
Totally different?
He was out of shape.
He was. But this is the difference. Tuck, can we talk about this? Can we talk about this sensibly? This is the deal, bro.
I'm letting y'all fight, but I was saying.
No, but you jumped in now. You done stole in the back of my head. I was over here swinging on OC, and then I just felt the punch come right here, dog. And I looked back, and it was Tuck. So we got to fight now. So here we go. All right, so Carter is different, bro, because Carter, so the OC concerned that he showed up to the Senior Bowl heavier. But we also know who was the player of the week during the Senior Bowl.
Okay.
Right? So when it came down to how he performed with that weight, he clowned. Okay. He was the first up in them drills. He was killing everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? So he put on the weight, but he played well with the weight. Carter, he couldn't finish a drill, dog. That's totally different, bro. So anyway,
Carson,
man.
we done here, man. Carson, we done for the day, man.
All right, so let's play this game. Let's go back to this game if y'all don't mind, because I want to get everybody back involved. My boy Law been quiet. I want to get everybody.
No, I'm just
froze
and everything.
I thought he was froze, bro. He just
yeah. So I got something for everybody though, man, because I want to make sure everybody get they talks in here and where we really think about this before we develop our draft boards. Okay, so I want to pick Quentin. All right, so let's talk about Quentin. All right, and Tuck, I'm with you on Quentin, bro. I'm not going for the wee woo that people putting on him, bro. I'm like, y'all stop, bro. Y'all making up stuff on this dude. The dude can ball. Now, in last year's draft, he probably would have been a second or third rounder, but he's a legitimate first rounder in this draft. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real. And because you would have been a second round in last year's draft, don't mean you're not a baller. Because Watson was a second round, and we all still would have took Watson. You know what I mean? Right. So. Let me start with you, Law. Quentin Johnson. Is that a draft for the future? Is that a contention window? Both.
I think that he will be the future. He will be a guy that you can immediately look at and say he will be the XY receiver on the outside. It will be the biggest caution light for Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
And there's an article that Coach Marv just tweeted out about that they are already got little small breadcrumbs on moving on from Michael Gallup. And you know how the Cowboys move. They like to put it all out there on the forefront. So, but if you look at Quentin Johnson, you guys don't look at him as an isolated piece. Look at him as a guy that comes in that's going to have to play behind Brandon Cooks. That's going to have to play behind also CeeDee Lamb. So he'll be a futures X guy, but he will be a guy that got to be phenomenal for this Cowboys system and what we do.
Yeah. DMV, we ain't heard from you in a while, big dog.
I think that I agree with Law. I think he's for the future. I wouldn't say he's a contention guy right now, but I do think that he would contribute. He offers you some depth at the receiver position that they obviously are looking at, and he gives you a great talent that you can, hone in on, in the future. Now, if you look at his body type and you look at some of the things that he does, he fits in very well with what Mike McCarthy liked to do in Green Bay with that type of receiver. And Mike McCarthy used to stash those guys. They were a lot of second round, third round type receivers.
Yeah.
But so I could see him being next up. That's why I say he's for the future. Now he'll contribute, but year 2, year 3, we're looking at, we got a bona fide star here. So for the future is my
Tuck.
Yeah, man. Y'all know how I feel about Quentin Johnson. And like I said, just looking at my notes right here, I said the jig is up. The fact that so many people try to pretend this kid doesn't have everything you want and a wide receiver is goopy and playing out ignorant. He has size, speed, route running ability with fluid hips to catch and go. Yak, you can go over the top. You can give it to you any way you want. Even play in the slot if need be. Is he the vocal spark plug? No, he's not. He's more of a silent killer. But I feel like he's wide receiver 1 ready. If he gets with the right quarterback, it's going to be lights out, period. Quentin Johnson is a win now pick because I'm looking at Michael Gallup the same way that a lot of Cowboys fans are looking at Tyron Smith. I don't trust that he's going to give us a full season. So it may not be immediate impact when it comes to Quentin Johnson, but I feel like by week 6, week 7, he's going to replace Michael Gallup. And like Law just said, the breadcrumbs are already starting to fall about Michael Gallup being moved on. So it's a win now and also a future pick. But Quentin Johnson definitely gives us a lot of upside at that X position. He was top 10 in yak. He can go over the top, like this whole body catching fantasy lie. He can't beat press. We showed numerous video clips. It's all a myth. Quentin Johnson is definitely one of those guys because a lot of people don't understand. He played with a horrible quarterback who's ranked probably 300th in this draft in Max Duggan. No one wants to take that into consideration.
Nah, I'm listening.
Horrible quarterback.
Makes sense to me.
Wasn't even a starter,
I'm listening.
Man. Quentin Johnson is a very dynamic wide receiver, man. And the first moment I laid eyes on him when I was covering Kansas, my eyes lit up. He can do it all. So yeah, it's a both for me, to be honest, when it comes to Quentin Johnson.
You got that.
Let me ask y'all a question. Was Michael Irvin a body catcher or a hands catcher?
Hands and body. He was both.
There you go. That's what I wanted to know.
Because I'm about to be like that hands catcher thing is new.
Yeah,
I said that hands catching thing is new. Like, go watch Randy Moss. Randy Moss caught the ball just like Quentin Johnson does. Like,
It's
for real, go watch.
Smart. See,
Randy Moss never high pointed the football. Go watch him.
Mossed him though.
But the body catches are smart sometimes. See, that's what made receivers like Michael Irvin so great. So Michael Irvin would come across the middle and say, yeah, I'm across the middle. I need to be able to catch this ball and tuck it at the same time because I'm getting ready to get hit.
Yeah.
So so at that time he go take it in his body. If he attacking the ball like on a comeback route, you got to go get that with your hands because the DB is trying to get around you to swipe it. So your savviest receivers do both, and that's Quentin.
Yeah. And I even
Jay Rice did it too. Jay Rice did it too.
Yeah, you do both. That's what your
he
best
can
do.
go over the top of players. Like I even posted the clip on Twitter. Everyone was like, "Well, I never saw that play." Like, go watch what he did to Oklahoma State. Think about this. Somebody tell me in the chat, whether y'all watching the show, who was TCU's other wide receiver?
Right. Say that.
Who was their other tight end?
Where that damn button?
Who was their tight end? We know Keandre Miller. We know Steve Avila. Who was the other wide receiver core when it comes to Quentin Johnson? There was
and they caught the ball like that too. Tuck, they caught the ball like that too.
Answers.
Right, yeah, because Quentin Johnson was.
You want answers?
I think he was going to transfer to OU, but then the whole Lincoln Riley situation happened, and then the coach from TCU reeled him back in. But it's like, bro, like I never thought being right here on April 13th, I would have to be sitting here defending Quentin Johnson. I thought this was the easiest no-brainer. Now, if you say he's not wide receiver 1 or 2, okay, cool. He's 3, right?
Hey, Ryan in my chat said Quentin Johnson got Noah Brown hands.
See, that's what I'm saying. I seen Cowboys fans compare him to Terrence Williams and Noah Brown. I'm like, this is goofy at this point. But make no mistakes about it. All these receipts I see on Twitter, Facebook, and these YouTube channels, y'all know how things get. Don't run. Don't run. Yeah. Don't run.
Doug mad at this. He gonna get y'all. He gonna get y'all.
I'm lighting y'all up.
One thing I like to say, I was absolutely right about Quentin Johnson. I told all y'all when y'all told me he wasn't going to run better than a 4.5, and he ran better than a 4.5. First of all, I want to point that out. Yeah. Now, second of all, this is a big, talented, athletic dude, and if he gets a couple years to develop, man, he's a pro physical dude that can make plays, man. He's going to be a good number 1 for somebody. Okay. And you should get the kid if you can.
So hold on, OC. Let's go back to you because we was asking these questions. Is that then a pick to where we use him immediately as a guy to get us in better contention? Or is he's a draft for the future? Or is he both?
He's both because you make him immediately your number 3 receiver. That's what you do. If he's in his offense and you let him work his way because you got a short-term deal with Brandon Cooks and he's going to be your number 2 and an insurance policy number 1 by year 2, hopefully if he develops, if CeeDee Lamb goes down. So he's now and future.
He beats out Jalen Tolbert just like that, huh?
Easy work. Easy work.
Not even close, bro.
Easy work. Easy work, dude. He's a more talented dude.
I like Jalen Tolbert, but man,
he's a more talented dude, man. He's on a different level. No offense. He's on a different level.
Jalen Tolbert working out with his shirt off now, man. They got a picture of him.
Well, he didn't come in the game without that binky in his mouth. He better not have that binky in his mouth and his eyes looking like saucers when they come in and call it audible. That's all I know. Because if you do that, he gonna be okay. But if he got a binky in his mouth and his eyes look this big, they're gonna take him out the game again.
And here's the thing, y'all. Think about Quentin Johnson in this simplified offense. Ain't no option routes. You just tell him to go run a 7, go run a post, just go beat your man and go get it. It's lights out, man. And I love Jalen Tolbert, but I'm just like Thanos had to do on that cliff, man. I'm tossing Tolbert off that cliff and getting that Infinity Stone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's different.
All right. I got a few more. And I'm gonna give y'all my answer on Quentin. Quentin is both. He's now and future, in my opinion, because he definitely comes in, and thank God as a receiver you can play up to 4. Because it was a time to where we had close to 4 receivers do extremely well. You know what I mean? So he's somebody that can definitely impact Dak now. You know what I mean? Because imagine CeeDee Lamb, Cook, Quentin Johnson on your number 3, your nickel, bro. Come on, bro.
That makes it easier. Yeah, he can slide inside in out.
Yeah. So I see both, but I do see more future than now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I do.
You would have to
more,
rush him. Yeah,
you wouldn't have to rush him. And I think Tuck said it best to where I think it will organically play out. It wouldn't be nothing fast. It would be something that would likely just kind of work itself out. Similar to somebody playing behind. Well, don't take this bad LVE or Tyron Smith. Like whoever playing between them two, you likely go play.
It's the same situation when we drafted CD in 2020. Right? We already had Gallup. We already had Coop. Like we were kind of already established at wide receiver, but you just had a hell of a talent kind of fall to you. You couldn't pass on it. I feel like Quentin Johnson's that same exact role where you can kind of set him. Maybe he gets you around 500, 600 yards maybe this year, but then next year, that's when he really takes off. So,
All right, here we go. We got us another name. And then appreciate this. This is coming from Landlord, ex-receiver. He said, so the final word, I feel like a body cat. Now, this is coming from somebody who's a damn good receiver out of Alabama. So, just kind of keep that in mind. This is experience talking. He said, so the final word, I feel like a body catch is somebody who catches with their body way too often. Not that they just do it from time to time. I agree. Perfect breakdown. And appreciate that, Landlord.
Yo.
All right, obviously this man is getting a lot of hype right now, a lot of shine. I think deservingly so. Like, let me go first on this one. He's a future. He's a future. As talented as he is, it's very unlikely that he's gonna be able to impact immediately in 2023 because it's already pretty deep at the defensive end position, right? You got Micah, you got Sam Williams, you got Fowler, you got Armstrong, you got Tank, and then you would try to maybe give him some tick. When we go see him, we not go see him. We go see him sparingly. We might see him on special teams, which would be a damn shame. So he would clearly be a futures pick. So I think with a guy like this, if anybody get a Will McDonald, I'm not gonna cheer like we just got ready to win a Super Bowl. I'm gonna more so be like Stephen Jones is more so trying to prepare us for one of these guys not being here for next year. And I would say he's a budget / future pick. That's my honest to God assessment on Will McDonald. And this is something else I want to say about defensive end in this draft, period. Because what's going on in this draft, in my opinion, there's a lot of quality undersized defensive ends. I don't want to gamble on none of them. I don't want to gamble on none of them. Oh, not one. And I do understand that these boys are putting up film, but I do believe Micah Parsons was telling the truth. You feel me? That he was getting beat up from not having enough girth. You need some girth, baby. Listen. So for anybody that
hang out with DeJuan Jones,
huh?
Go to the buffet, bro. The China House buffet. The China House buffet.
Y'all trying to make DeJuan Jones Dan Skipper 2.0. DeJuan Jones is not Dan Skipper 2.0, y'all.
We gonna talk about Zay Flowers. My boy say, so we sleeping on Zay. We gonna talk about him. We go ask future contention. We go bring him up. So we ain't sleeping on him. But this is the deal. I'm just keeping it real. I'm out on these little defensive ends. I don't believe in it until you show me. Now, if these guys all hit the league and end up being the exception, I would be the first to say I was wrong. But I just want to just say, not just him, all these little itty bitty 220, 230s. Listen, I don't want the Dallas Cowboys to be the first to experiment with this. I don't. I would rather us watch, see what happened, and then see if it makes sense. Yeah. So
right. Try that next year, man.
Yeah, that's where I am.
That goes to show you that if like a Miles Murphy or a Tyree Wilson, I know Tyree going to be gone by that time frame, but those are your natural edge guys. That's about 270, 280.
That's what I want. Give me the 270 guys. I ain't the 230, 240s. Let me see y'all play first, for real. So, what's your thoughts on Will McDonald? Law. Are you seeing him as a future? Am I tripping? Or is he somebody that get us in a contention window now? Or is he both?
Is he better than Sam Williams? Yes or no?
No.
So he'll be a future guy.
Wait. Hey, who was that made that noise, Tuck?
Wait a minute. Which one of y'all made that noise, dude?
That was me. So are we saying better prospect coming into the draft or just now? If we draft him, what he started
right now, because it's going to be right now. Because
now
he would have to be right now better than Sam Williams, because Sam Williams barely got playing time because he had to fight behind so many things. So is he better than him?
I would say he's a better prospect, but he's not going to be better than Sam Williams day one.
So he's a future.
So he'll be future. He'd be future. Unless some crazy injury happened with Fowler, Armstrong, and even Chauncey might get a lot of reps this time around. You know what I'm saying? So he's a futures guy if the Cowboys decide to go that way.
Do you see him as a futures guy, Tuck?
Yeah, I see him a futures guy because, like I said, I feel like when it comes to edge, we're already solidified there. So especially at 26, now a boss kind of scared me with this size at defensive end. Because
I'm keeping it real, Tuck. I'm just keeping it real, dog.
That really falls into the idea, though. He probably wouldn't be there, but you kind of talking about like Lucas Van Ness. We're talking about maybe the Thule. You know what I'm saying? So those bigger edge setters. So I just don't see the Cowboys going edge at 26 because we have more than enough in-house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we already have more than enough in-house. We can get some of those lighter guys that you're talking about, like Isaiah McGuire or something like that, later on day 2 possibly. So it's like there's no need to rush at 26. So even though I like a lot of those guys.
So
like,
Tuck, if we do get Will McDonald, wouldn't that say that wasn't a contention pick?
Yeah, if he got Will McDonald, he's just going to be in the rotation. Like
that's not a contention pick.
It's more of a future pick. It's like we were banging the desk for more Sam Williams reps. So it's just
right. Bradley got those. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't know where these additional reps are going to come from.
Right.
Yeah. And healthy day stretches and all this stuff.
They brought back Fowler too. You know, so it's like,
that's future.
I love him though.
I like the talent, but it's future.
Right.
Just keeping it real.
So if we gonna do all of that, I might as well get the linebacker. You know what I mean?
And then we need to talk about that. Is linebacker a futures pick? Because when we break it down, that might be a futures pick. DMV, is Will McDonald a futures pick? Is he a right now pick? What is he?
I think he's a future pick, but also understand if we do get Will McDonald, that means that Dan Quinn beat the table for him. But also understand that last year he beat the table for Sam Williams and he took his time with him. So Dan Quinn, even though he'll beat the table for somebody, he's not necessarily rushing to get them out there. He's not rushing. He is taking his time so that they come in and they hit the ground running when it's their time. So I think he's a future pick.
OC, future pick? He's a contention pick.
He's 100% future pick, but he could turn into a current pick if somebody goes down with injury. And so what I really like about a guy like that has a workman-like mentality and he has some flex, you can play him from the linebacker position if you had linebackers that were injured. You also could rush him off the edge if you have injury to your defensive line or ends that you think are so deep right now. My only challenge to the statements that you guys have made about this is that there was a 5-game streak where Micah Parsons was very ineffective and did not get any sacks, and nobody else out of all those guys that we just mentioned about us being so deep came up with really a lot of pressures or sacks in that time frame. So my contention is that we need to have open competition. Whoever you draft, if you draft a guy like this, if he comes and he balls out during training camp and in preseason, you give that man some pass rushing reps. That's what I think.
Now,
and let me say this too, though. For somebody that says Elvis Doomerville, he was 260. But he was just short. He was 260 though. He was 5 foot what? 5'10", 5'11", 260. But he was just short off the edge. But these guys are long and they were like 230 now. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about hey, why they can't stop the run? You know what I'm saying? Because they keep getting gobbled up, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff to dealing with that size and setting.
Oh, happy birthday!
Now to back what OC just said, like you could see a possibility where you get a Will McDonald and tell me you move on from Dorrance Armstrong, let's save a few bucks. Then that transitions to more of a win now, because I feel like now you can go out there with some 2 young boys and Sam Williams and Will McDonald and really cut up out there and get a lot more younger pressure, a lot more youth, because Dorrance Armstrong, he started off good at the front of the season, like OC said, he fizzled out to where we're thinking like, damn, where is he? So yeah, I could see that.
What would be the odds of Will being day 1 better than Dorrance Armstrong or Fowler?
Very bad odds.
Because I feel like he's not gonna be 3 down ready for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Dorrance is more 3 down ready than Will. Will's gonna be more your 3rd down guy, which is probably gonna be Sam as well. So he's not going to be better than Dorrance, but I feel like he's going to give you a little bit more than Dorrance for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just as far as firepower, you know what I'm saying, get to the quarterback. Like he's more of a specialist, get to the quarterback. If you want a Dorrance type guy, it would probably be more Felix Anundike out of Kansas State. He kind of fits that mold of your 3-down edge guy, but I still wouldn't take him at 26.
But what I will tell you about Will McDonald is that out of all the guys we mentioned, he has the best ball get off out of all of them, and ball get off can definitely affect some things. So while we say he's light, I mean, we got to be able to talk about that as well.
Don't trust it. I don't trust it. I'm sorry. I hear you out too. I hear you out, and I do agree. I just don't want to be the first to take that.
You don't want the Luigi feats out there. You know how Luigi he can't stop coming off the edge.
Dan Quinn, you just don't go to Iowa for the hell of it. So Dan Quinn, he packed up his bags and went up to Iowa State that pro day. Like I said, his eyes was lighting up the same way when he looked at Sam Williams last year. It was. He's definitely going to be in the conversation.
And to be fair, we are not taking a dump on Will. What we're saying is he's future. He won't be day one guy out there. You know, he's going to be a guy that.
Because this whole exercise is about this what Tuck said in my tweet. Like, forget the rules. If it's about contention, let's talk about contention guys. That's what we're trying to narrow this down to. Who are the guys that put us over the hump? Who are the guys that make us ready to win a championship? Because I'm also trying to prepare myself for Steven to pull a budget move. Like, for real. And I want all of us to know when it happened, what it is. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to be trying to hear, yay! We finna win the Super Bowl! We got Will! Ah! I mean, like, hold on, this going to be my face.
And know what the perfect budget move is. And I didn't even think about this because we skipped over that entire week. If we mess around and go safety in the first round,
no way. It's impossible. That's impossible. That is impossible.
I was like that would be the one position where all of us just was not looking, and the Cowboys shot, and they might go and get a Brian Branch or something, thinking of him as kind of your inside nickel corner and a safety of the future. And I'm gonna be sitting there.
I'm gonna go crazy.
Me and V said we're not gonna be emotional over pick, but I might be a little bit emotional.
Yeah, I might be a little bit emotional. I would. Me too.
The boss gonna play the sound.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be honest, dog. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If I don't feel the pick, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Like, check this out. So this right here is what I'm talking about. He said for this draft, got to get us over the hump. That's what I'm saying. Let me name another player. This go get interested in terms of hump. That I didn't hear no hump noises on this one. I didn't hear no hump enthusiasm from the crowd. I see. Yeah, I didn't hear.
I'm saying win now. Win now. That's what Gibbs is.
You see that?
Man, Gibbs is nice, but just to say this one more time, Brian Branch is nice too, man. He reminds me of Minka Fitzpatrick. So, you know,
what?
I like Brian Branch, man. I think that he's going to be one of those guys. But I'm not saying that the Cowboys.
I like him too.
Right, I like him, but it's just like
I like him not for us. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I like him. Yeah, exactly. I like him not for us, but if they pull that trigger, I'm all going to be sitting there like, I didn't see this one coming. You know, they gonna talk.
Yeah, if we get Brian Branch, I would literally put him inside, and I would slide Bland onto the outside, understudy behind Gilly. But you know, that's a whole nother philosophy thinking right there. You know, but to go back to Gibbs, the other Alabama kid.
Yeah.
Y'all quiet now. Y'all quiet. Man, my bad. I ain't mean to talk about safety, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
I'm about to say let me go first. Let me go first.
Go ahead. Go with it, DMV. Go with it. Go with it.
My day with that.
Go ahead, man.
Jahmyr Gibbs is a win now. That's an aggressive move right there because of the type of player he is.
Okay.
That's win now, bro. Because
I like that.
Because I don't look at him as a running back. I look at him as a weapon. I look at him as somebody that can line up in the slot. I look at him as somebody you can play with the other running back. And he's explosive. He's juiced, bro. That's 4-2 right there. 4-2 that can run the football, that can make moves, and that makes educated moves, bro. Like, that's win now. That's aggressive.
Talk about his blocking though, because I know you probably looked at his full game. Talk about his willingness to block, because he may not be the best blocker, but can you get into that?
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about Gibbs' blocking.
It's trash.
It's just like Tony Pollard's blocking.
Worse.
Right. If
It's
you think
worse.
Nick Saban put a running back out there that's not going to take the quarterback up,
I ain't drafting him at 26, but if I go get him, I'm not drafting him to block. And that's the thing, though. Like, I'll ask you this question, right? Because I'm looking at him as a committee back guy.
Yeah.
Which one of them guys in Kansas City can block? Which one of them guys in Philly can block?
Right.
Keep going. Ask about which one of those guys outside of the fullback for the Niners can block.
I mean, can Christian McCaffrey block?
Right.
Can anybody ask that question? Can Dalvin Cook block? Does anybody ask that question?
I mean, you making
like,
a good
look, I'm
case
getting
that these dudes are bad blockers, but damn, man, this dude is a bad blocker.
We are the only fan base that we
I'm not getting him to block. I'm not getting him for that.
No. Kicking Derrick Henry.
Hey, man. Have you ever had a beauty queen lose a beauty competition because she had ugly toes?
Man, if you don't get out of her own seat.
She ain't in a beauty competition for her feet. I'm saying you got this dude. This dude is a joystick player, man. He's a win now dude, man. He ain't go not play because he can't block. You don't leave him in the game for that. You put him in. You put him in. Boss Cowboy.
About his blocking. That's all that happened. Law asked about his blocking.
He's a horrible blocker. He's a horrible blocker. I said it. There it is.
No.
But you put this guy in to get him in space and to make big plays. That's why you go get this guy, boss.
All right. But
I'll ask y'all this question: Can Aaron Jones block? Can Aaron Jones block? Because he sure as hell is a hell of a running back for Green Bay. Now he might fumble the damn ball, but can he block?
We had the only running back.
Though, like DMV, I can't fight your track record of bad blockers. But let me ask you a question then, DMV. See, because DMV, he won't punch on your ball, so let's have this fight, because I fight all the homies today.
Hold on, boss.
No, man, DMV got to fight real quick, Law, because he done stole on me.
Put the butter knife down.
Okay.
But Nick Saban trusted him to block well enough for a 5'10" quarterback. We got a 6-foot-something quarterback that's 240.
I got you.
Bryce Young is 5'10", and Gibbs blocked for him. Come on, man.
Okay,
did Bryce Young get killed? Did Bryce Young die on the field because of Gibbs?
Listen.
Point, Law. Damn, I rest my case.
Because now I got to fight Law.
Thank you.
And I gotta fight Law and DMV.
Yeah.
Maybe I got to fight. Then I got to fight the
You got to fight the whole room, bro.
You got to.
So let me fight everybody on this one.
Maybe I can
Jay
fight.
Tuck on your side. I think Jay Tuck on your side a little bit.
I ain't on the side. Don't come in.
Oh, yeah, on the side.
I ain't about to get my ribs kicked in.
Chuck said, I ain't on this side. You ain't have to say it like that, Tuck. That boy Chuck said, I ain't on this side.
Hell no.
God, that boy hit with the hell no. Damn, hold on. Wait.
Keep going.
Oh, hell no.
That boy hit you boy off with the hell no. Damn. All right. Let me ask y'all a question, because you know Law, he like to argue now in metaphors. See, that's how Law try to beat you. See, with Law fighting you, he'll say stuff like, boss, you got to build the foundation. Like stuff you can't argue with. You know what I'm saying? Boss, the first thing you got, I can't argue with that because everybody, you know what I mean? So let me hit you with a metaphor. Is it better to have it and not need it, or to need it and not have it? That's for you, deal.
Okay, well, it's better to have it.
I think it's better to have it, bro. It is what it is, bro. At this point, we win now, so it's better to have it.
So I'm talking about that, though, when you fell for my bait on blocking.
But bro, I'm not. Look, he's a playmaker.
I agree.
It's better
but
to
when
have
it
the
comes to
playmaker.
blocking, hold on, because so when Devin White sacked Dak because of Pollard twice, would you rather have the blocker and not need it, or need the blocker and not have it?
Why is he in there blocking anyway? Pollard shouldn't have been in there blocking. He should have been running the damn route. How about that? Look, if they send him, he's done with the Pollard.
You can't
Hello?
Yeah, he should have been. He should have been the hot. Somebody should have had the hot.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this, boss. Let me ask you this, boss.
Play dirty.
Let me ask you this, boss. Who were your top, let's say, 4 blocking running backs in the NFL?
Oh, Zeke definitely top. You can't say Saquon because he trash.
They all trash, bro. You gonna find that out real. You gonna find that out real fast.
We gonna go Jamal Williams, Deontay Foreman. You know who you gonna
They
go?
all backups. Look, the best blockers are backups. They probably third down backs, bro.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So y'all mad at me because I'm telling the truth that the dude is trash at blocking.
Man,
hell no! Trash at
Because he
blocking.
trash at blocking.
A lot of them are.
draft-
A lot of them are.
He
bro.
trash.
Even
He's
Derrick
outright
Henry,
garbage. Vomit.
even Derrick Henry, boss, listen to me. Derrick Henry is not even a good blocker, man.
All right. So here we go. All right,
That's
so
why
here we go.
Zeke got paid his
All right,
money.
so
So
let's-
let him back to blocking
all right.
like a damn fullback.
So I'm gonna go back to this. So, because basically, y'all basically saying he's a bad blocker. Y'all agree with me. That's all it is. Y'all agree he's a bad blocker. All right. So, is he a draft for the future or he's a draft for the now? I would say if we get him in the first, he's a now. He's a contention guy. I think that also puts a lot of pressure on Pollard. That would tell me that we go be ready to move on from Pollard. That's what it would tell me, just being all the way honest. So he would actually be both. He would be somebody that we could use now in the committee system, and likely we will move on like we did with Schultz when we put them other young bulls, tight ends in here young. So I think he will be now to the future. And I think we lost the OC, so it's on us.
Wi-Fi got him. I don't got him. Yeah,
The Wi-Fi done finally got him.
Yeah, he got him. Man, we went about an hour and a half strong. So
He knew you was gonna ask about Andre Carter, bro.
he still keep ducking out, man. He ducked out. He's like, let me get up out of here because he said, but yeah, Gibbs, man, he's a win now. I think it's the same conversation with Gibbs that we had with Bijan. He's both his win now. He's also a future pick. So
yeah. And I'm gonna tell everybody, so let's make this quick too on these next ones. Let's go through, let's do rapid fire offensive line. Is Peter win now or for the future?
Both.
Okay.
Win now.
Is Paris win now or the future?
Win now.
Okay. Is Broderick Jones win now for the future?
Both. Yeah, both. But
so
I'm
all
gonna win
these
now.
offensive linemen basically are win now guys. That's what we're looking at.
pretty much the first six that's listed right there is pretty much
win now, guys. Okay. All right. So cool. All right. So, and I would say the same thing with Zay Flowers. Say everything we said about Quentin applies for Zay. Just keep it like that. So we ain't forgot about Zay. We ain't forgot about that. Like, cause Cole was like, y'all forgot about Zay. Now we ain't forget about Zay. But the same logic applies. You know what I mean? To Quentin. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see no changing. Do y'all see any changing in that?
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to Zay, he's a little bit more dynamic than Quentin, so you can do a little bit more with him in our offense. But he's definitely a win now. Like when I think about win now, it's like let's say for instance you got the Cowboys as the top 5 team in the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. What is a player that's going to push them up to top 2, top, you know what I'm saying, top 3, right? And I feel like Bijan would be kind of that instant win now. Gibbs would be that. Zay. Jackson Smith, but also who we ain't talked about, which is Boss's favorite defensive tackle, Jalen Carter would be win now. Like that, those are the type of draft picks that's going to shake the walls, shake the rooms, where people have to sit up and like, okay, damn, the Cowboys are being serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I feel like those are some of those guys' names I'll toss out at 26.
All right, y'all. So we can't get out of here unless we put this to practice. Let's put it to practice.
We in win now mode, right?
Yeah, this is win now mode. All right.
Yep.
So we ain't gonna do 7. All right.
3 rounds. That's light.
Let's
All right, go ahead.
Let's go 7. Let's go 7. No, let's go 7. Because I just want to do a quick.
3 rounds.
I want to just do a quick. Like I want to do like the. Okay, let's do 7.
Do 7 of them.
All right. So start the draft. Here we go.
Yeah, you got that turbo mode. He be zooming now.
Turbo.
Jesus.
Yo, boy, number 1.
So
we going Brian Branch.
Brian Branch, baby. Hey, that's Minka. That's Minka Fitzpatrick
Jesus,
right there, man. Come on.
Jesus, no.
Come on, man.
We in win now mode, right? We in win now mode.
Man.
We in win now mode.
That's
it's got to be
Addison.
I think it's Harrison, Flowers, or Addison.
Oh,
I'm more inclined to go receiver here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who that receiver gonna beat out? Michael Gallup?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell, it
Hey, Jordan Addison better than him right now, bro. Jordan Addison better than him right now.
I'm telling y'all, man, you get Brian Branch right now, he replaces Jordan Lewis. Y'all look at me like I'm crazy, man.
We feel you.
I mean,
I feel you, Law.
Law gonna put this in the air. So when this happens, everybody gotta blame Law because he's gonna put it in the air right now.
But you draft Anton Harrison right now.
I'm thinking Anton, bro. But
I'm going with Zay Flowers. I'm going with Zay Flowers or Addison. And the reason why is because I can go get you a guard, quote unquote. Because like OC said, right?
Yep.
When it comes to Anton Harrison, he's more of your left tackle. And if the Cowboys view Tyler Smith as their left tackle, quote unquote, they don't plan on kicking him in, then I think Anton's gonna have a hard time transitioning to left guard. So that's why I would cross off Anton Harrison if I'm going right now.
And try to go with your pure left guard later. Gotcha.
Yeah. Go with Zay Flowers or Jordan Addison because you can't get that caliber receiver in the upcoming rounds. I can go get you a pure just left guard to plug in with a little bit of position flex.
I'm with it.
I'm with Zay. I'm with Zay. I haven't rated over Jordan, but I love them both.
For me, I have Jordan rated above Zay. I got Jordan as I think my fourth off the board. I got him as my fourth off the board. And I to talk about this the other night because we had one of our long football conversations, but I think Jordan Addison is the Jay Jettas of this draft. I think he's Justin Jefferson of this draft. So I'm going Jordan Addison here.
He's so wicked with his routes, man. And it's nice.
He's a deep burner too. And here's the thing I keep trying to tell Cowboys fans: Cooks is a great addition, but he ain't had the cleanest health history either. So you got him and got Gallup, so it's
excellent point.
If one of them go down, we right back in the toilet. So it's
excellent
point. I would go get Zay or Jordan Addison, have them sit.
All right, so we got to pick one of them.
I think Zay got to check me with the butter knife later, but Zay got a higher ceiling to me than Jordan Addison right now. I think that Zay is going to be that guy.
It looks like it would be the tiebreaker, y'all.
Who's tiebreaker?
Me.
But me, I'm drafting Anton Harrison right now.
Ooh.
I'm going core. I'm going with my philosophy. I'm not veering off of it. But although I'm telling y'all
like that
now how you still see that, it's like, dang, she bad right there. But you got one at home. So I'm sticking with the one at home.
So Law, are we pushing Tyler inside then?
Yeah. Or open.
That's why I have to ask that question because I don't know if they're willing. Yeah, I don't know if they're willing to do that. If they're not, then I'm going receiver, and that's kind of what I'm thinking right now.
Right.
A lot of people saying take Anton and then get Mims down the line.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm leaning on receiver right here, y'all. I just want to kind of break down my thought on why I'm leaning on receiver right here. It's because I feel what Tuck said. What I would likely do in this scenario, I would get the best weapon. And then I would get aggressive round 2 to just get my guy. I don't give a damn where people got Maffa rated. I don't care if this simulator saying that he rated as a 4th rounder. I'm getting him because I want the mauler at left guard. That's what I want. I want a weapon and a mauler. That's what I want. And to me, that completes both of them. You get your weapon and you get the guy that's gonna help the run game. To me, that's what I'm thinking because Anton, even though I do agree that he could move Tyler inside, a more natural keyhole is Maffa. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
So who you going with again?
It's Zavala too.
You can get Maffa in the 6th. Like I don't.
Yeah. Not Maffa. My UCLA.
Antonio Maffa. Yeah. Cowboys fans. Are the
you saying the 6th?
Yeah, bro. Cowboys fans are the only people who's high on Maffa. I don't know where that came from. I don't know who started
his
that.
film.
Yeah,
Bot started it. Bot started it.
Mafia thing, because Mafia thing, it got out of control. We're the only, bro. There's so many boards that have
Mafia.
Like 6th round, 7th round. Like nobody's high on Mafia except Cowboys fans.
Shit,
like,
I am.
Zavala or
we gotta make the pick though. What we gonna do?
Right. I'm sticking with Addison. I'm gonna go Addison.
Yeah, you can go
I go
Addison. You can go
Anton. I think you can get Josh Downs. I think Josh Downs will be.
You're not getting Josh Downs.
I don't think we get Josh in 2, bro. I don't think so.
You're not getting. That's what I'm saying. None of these wide receivers are going to be there at 58. Everybody's going to.
They're going to be gone.
They're
going to be gone.
Even Tank Dale.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tank will be there.
I think Dale will be sitting there, maybe.
Tank will be there.
But but that's not Zay. That's not Jordan. I'm gonna go with Zay.
Sam Laporta, baby.
But DMV, yeah, let's go with Zay.
Oh, y'all going with Steve.
No, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. You know, I'm not mad. It was between them two.
No, what are wide receivers that see Dale? Well, okay, I see what y'all saying. Okay, Dale is there in a second.
Wiped out.
Is Josh Downs still there or he gone?
He's
Josh
gone.
All right, so
So we
need guard now, tackle. Bergeron. Oh, you going defensive side?
We do need
look, for me,
linebacker.
it's either Henley.
Yeah, it's Henley.
Because I'm thinking Will. I'm thinking the Will backer to step in right
That's
now.
my guy right there. Yeah, I'll go with Henley right there.
Yeah, mob ties. I'm going Dion Henley because you get your coverage linebacker, your will linebacker, like DMV just said. Your guy who's high motor can come downhill. He can cover. He can do everything. I'm going with Dion.
And linebacker could be something we double up on too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not afraid to double up at backer.
I'm gonna be honest. I like some of these.
They'll be there now.
Yeah, I like some of these linebackers more.
They'll be there at 90 though.
No,
they'll be there at 90.
I'm just keeping it real.
Oh, you talking about you don't want to double dip?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying player for player. Like players, I got Henry ranked over Henley. You know what I'm saying? My linebacker list is I got Cam ranked over Henley.
I forgot we got cut off last week.
But see, go ahead.
He funny too.
But see, that's why, boss. When you have your guys ranked over those boys,
yeah,
that's why your drafting skill set will be even better because you can steal them in the 4th or the 5th round.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go Henley here because I feel like I get better later. That's what I'm saying.
So
I'm
you're
thinking
saying
right now, just I think Saka making the most sense to me.
I need to see your draft.
That was my second one right there.
I need to see your 50 draft board, boss. I really do. I would love to see your top 50 draft board.
50 gonna have you tripping. I do want to let everybody know that I'll be finished writing the book today. So I'm gonna finish it tonight. Tonight is gonna be the day I finish it. Yeah, I got Cam Jones over Henley. I do. And I'm never afraid to do that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm never afraid because this is my logic on that. I ain't worried about if it's popular or not. I just call it like I see it. You know what I mean? Because 40% of the first round people go be bust anyway. But those first round people is what most people unanimously are calling first rounders. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not afraid to be bold on what I really think I see at all. So I watched Henley. I did. I did. I really watched Henley, and I think he has great pursuit to the ball. But I do think it's other guys that's out there that fit us better in terms of thumpers. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? So what's your thoughts right here? Because we starting a debate. I ain't go because I'm the one that was the tie break on this one. I ain't gonna be the tie break on the next one.
I'm going with Henley here if it's me.
Okay.
I have a second round.
Can I see the cornerbacks on the board? Because I do know that cornerback was a position that they were very, very interested
Stevenson
in.
would be a good option. Julius Brandt, and they just brought in Garrett Williams, didn't they, for a visit? Didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So what's Garrett Williams' health?
But remember when we talked about corner,
injury guy,
when we talked about corner, we call corner futures.
Right. Oh, that's right. We in win now mode. That's right.
Yeah,
win now.
Okay, got you. Win now. Okay,
yeah, we in win now. All these players, we trying to make a difference.
Win now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I'm win now, I gotta go Ika then. I gotta go Ika because I still think, like I told y'all before, inside is something that I wanted to double up on to kind of show up against the run.
Me too.
And we're combating against Philadelphia's offensive line.
Yep.
So give me a big
So
That's what
for
I'm
the
thinking
for
too.
the record, me and Jay Tuck, we rolling with Henley now.
I want him. Yeah.
Well,
me
y'all
and Tuck.
outvoting us,
changed.
bro. Y'all like if two people going with Henley, we going with Henley. Cause that's y'all outvoted me and
I just feel like if you want your big nasty nose, I feel like you don't have to go this.
Yeah,
early in this-
we can get one. I feel you.
Yeah.
I was going more so aggressive.
I think we gonna miss Baby Vita Vale, bro. We gonna miss
He'll
Vita
be there in the
Baby
night.
Baby
Nah,
Vita
he won't.
Vale
Nah,
gonna
he
be
won't.
gone, bro.
He be gone.
He
He
gonna
be
be
gone
gone.
by 90.
There's others though you can get because we going 7 rounds, but
Okay.
Like you said, Henley or Ika. Ika was my second one. The first one I said was Henley. So let's go with Henley.
Good.
going to Vegas, baby. We going to Vegas, baby.
Let's see Ika down
All
now,
right,
man. Let's
here.
just double check.
Zavala.
There's your
Taylor.
guard right there. There's your guard right there. Ain't no fart noises on Henley, man. I think I said that got mild ties.
I definitely agree. Get your guard.
Yeah, check out that.
No
Chandler.
question. No question.
Check out that
Hold on.
boy's
Let me
dad,
look and see.
Eugene. Big
Rafa.
Let me just look at the guards. I just want to make sure.
But
Yeah.
hey, look, I just want y'all to see something real fast.
Yeah, right there.
Go look, scroll down and look at where y'all boy Mafia is, bro. And this ain't just this draft war. He had everyone's lowest
Man,
draft.
they need to stop. Whoever got Mafia way down there, I'm gonna drop kick them. He gone.
Oh,
bro.
he even
got
on the
picked.
board, man.
He's right there.
Wait.
No, he's not gone. You
Yeah,
passed him.
190. Yeah, 190.
190.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
Wait, where is that? I still
like
can't see it. You got Ray Charles vision, man.
Chandler.
Yeah, that's
You
straight,
gotta go with
Hey, and
Chandler.
I want y'all to pay attention to something. This is what I was talking about because I've been doing these mock drafts. You see, as we go each round, these backs are low key going. The
Mhm.
next
Look at
round,
that. You right. Let's look at that. You are right. You are right.
Right. See, this is where I would look at
And
okay, Chase
Van
Brown,
Connick,
he's nice.
there he is. You can wait on that. You can hold off on Israel.
You
Hold
can
off.
hold off. You can hold
can.
off on those boys.
You got-
you can,
yeah,
but I'm just
hold on.
saying. I just wanted to point out that about 129 might be the area to get a running
Running
back.
back, yeah.
Got
If
to.
you don't, you ain't gonna get one. You
But
ain't gonna get
you
one
can
of
go
them.
get your better guard right here in Chandler Zavela.
Yeah,
even though
get
he's kinda old.
yeah.
And get your left guard, so then you solidified your offensive line, and then you can
Yep.
circle right back around and go get your running back.
Oh, what's it? Y'all got Zavala? Okay, good.
I think.
Keep
I
going.
See,
think.
damn, look, but see, look,
Dallas
Tuck,
running
see, look at this. Corey Trice is sitting right here. Ivan Pace, they're gonna be gone. This is where I was falling into it. Like, damn, bro, they're better than the running backs that's on the board. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
but you, if you want to go get the next class of running backs like the Israel, scroll down. Did they snatch Israel? Scroll down a little bit.
Nah, he done.
He's right
Nah,
there.
Nah, he's right there.
Kenny
gotta go
McIntosh
get
too.
him.
Kenny
We better
McIntosh
get him
is
now,
too.
bro. If we
You
go
gotta
get him,
go get Israel Banaconda now.
yeah.
I just did a film session with him,
Banaconda.
saying this plug, but yeah, you gotta go get him now.
Actually, you got Israel. Matched up with Tony. Ooh, let's go.
Oh, Corey's still there.
Yeah, with Corey
I think
Trice
you get
right
Corey
there.
Trice here. You get Corey
You could probably
Trice.
get
Bro.
Corey Trice with the last pick with his mock for some reason.
Say,
It's like,
check
bro,
this.
but-
Just,
You think so? That's crazy? Why is Corey Trice falling like
yeah,
that? That's a
he
damn.
95,
Well,
bro.
I
only
mean, he's
because
good.
we probably
He should be
He's
gone.
probably because we the only team that would draft.
Right, because he's extremely raw. You know what I'm saying? Like he's scrappy. He's a scrappy corner. He has size, has length, he has athleticism.
Can I tell y'all something? Don't laugh at me.
But then I was gonna say, but then's your edge setter right there in Villamai Fiocco.
Oh, he said Nick. He said Nick.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, keep. Damn, we already got it back.
I was gonna say Villamai Fiocco. If you want your big edge setter, and we talked about, you know what I'm saying, them Hawaiian boys, they probably know the Rock, you know, Samoans. That's him. He can go out there, and, you know what I'm saying. And I think he was a 30 visit as well. But I would hold off. He's a 30
Yeah,
visit.
he's 121 right now. Yeah, you can squeeze it a little bit longer.
This is low key one of my favorite corners right here, and this is low key one of my sleeper tackles. See, I usually do not trust small school guys, but his feet and his strength, but more so his feet. This dude is athletic as hell, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, and I never trust small school guys. I don't. I pass on them all the time. I do not put them in the Boss Cowboy guide. I don't. But anyway,
Did you put my guy Aubrey Miller in there, man, from JSU?
Yeah, he's in there. He probably be
Man,
there.
I probably did,
Now,
bro.
did we go
Just keeping it
defensive
real.
tackle?
Aubrey, no.
Man,
you
just
mean
squeeze
for
him
the
in there for me, man.
No, man,
Aubrey
I'm
Bella, man.
sorry.
Yeah, we
Stay up a little bit late tonight,
I
man.
don't know, bro. I don't know.
Go look at
bro.
defensive
I
tackle.
don't. Yeah, we didn't go D tackle.
We didn't?
We didn't.
We passed that?
Nah.
So go
Yeah.
defensive tackle.
Because remember, we second round we went
Yeah,
Henley
right there.
instead.
All right, so you got Big Broderick Martin, Gerard Clark if you want your
Yup.
one techs, Jonah Tavi. So like
Who
those
want the one
top
tech?
three. If you want one tech, those are your 3 options to pick from.
Scroll down. Is my guy from Alabama there? DJ Dale?
Yeah,
Yo.
he's there. You could probably sit on DJ Dale. Gerard Clark will probably be the best one out of Coastal as far as a one tech is concerned, but either or.
Coastal Carolina.
Old school guy.
I'm gonna let you win on this one, Tuck.
I was gonna say if y'all want your one techs, I mean
No, I
your defensive
definitely want
tackle.
the one tech, bro.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, he ain't gonna
Yeah, 'cause we-
beat out Big Bo, is he?
Probably not.
Man, that man
'Cause
eventually
see,
has to be
Can
around.
we
Hey,
try?
Corey Trice
They
did
do
that,
not
boy.
like Corey Trice or
Hold on,
Anthony
so-
Johnson
Because there's
Jr.
one thing before we go back to this draft I want to talk about. Here is the place I'm cool with futures. At this point, I'm cool with futures now. You know what I mean? It's the early picks that I'm like, I want us, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and get our guys.
I want
So,
it all.
Yeah, here's where I would go. Corey Trice, Marte Mapu. I know me and DMV has talked about him a lot, but I feel like since we went and got Henley, there's not really a need for him because he's
Yeah, there's no point.
to start safety. So I would go with Corey Trice, me personally.
I would go with Trice.
And somebody
Dan
said,
Quinn
"That's why
special,
we should've
baby."
taken Ika, man. I know, man. We should have took Ika, bro. Real talk.
But why would we take? I mean, he's a 2-down guy. Like you know what I'm saying from Baylor. That's what we're talking
but
about.
all of them go be like that. Like ain't
How
none
about,
of them
but we
gonna
need we need some 2-down guys because we
Yeah.
don't
And
need
on
any
your
guys.
46, on your 46,
Yeah.
he's gonna be a
We gonna
healthy
blame
scratch.
you on this
Man.
one,
I'm for
Tuck.
real.
It's your fault.
We
Are
just
you
signed
46?
Hankins though. We just got Hankins. We just got.
It was 1 year though, right? It was 1 year,
Yeah,
right?
we got Bohana,
Oh,
and
you
then
talking
we
about
just got-
future's future? Yeah.
So
We
we
gotta
got
be able to
one for the future special team.
Yeah,
You
Kobe-
only
Kobe-
carry
Corey
you only gonna
Trice.
carry two one techs though. Every
Corey
day, every game you gonna carry 2 1 techs.
Corey Trice, and then there's Marte Mapu right there. You can get your free pick. Your 40 visit, your hybrid linebacker / safety that can cover, come
Wait.
down and hit on Sacramento
Yeah.
State.
Yeah.
I also
Hold on,
like.
hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
was gonna say check out the quarterback real fast.
Good
I just want to see who's left on the quarterback board.
Ah,
Nobody. We
There you
good.
go.
Hold on. Pause right there. Y'all see that? Ranked 339. That's Quentin Johnson's quarterback right there. For those who don't know.
Oh, man.
you would body catch. You would body catch too. You know what I'm saying? Like-
Bro, all of the receivers body caught. Oh my God, MJ Anderson right there too.
Yeah,
I
MJ.
love MJ.
But you know what
I
they're saying?
love
He threw for 32 touchdowns or something like that. You know?
And where was all them going to? Quentin Johnson.
MJ
Yeah, so
makes
I would-
sense.
I
He
would
does.
go either MJ Anderson or Moptu, even though I like Lonnie Phelps. So it's depends. If you want your edge
If we're
rusher,
going future, yeah.
you can go in with MJ Anderson probably as your edge rusher. Then I wouldn't
Yeah.
go Murphy. And then
MJ a big boy too. MJ big, like he probably about the size that Boss really looking for. To be honest with you.
Yeah, that
Like, when
edge
you look
setter.
at
So
him,
MJ Anderson's your edge setter.
Yep.
So Boss, when you watch Iowa State, didn't he stand out over Will McDonald some of the time?
Everybody in the chat over here said draft Max Duggan right now, man.
Hell no, bro. I'm not creating that circus. Hell no, I'm bringing that circus to Dallas. Or you also got Troy Bell out of Mississippi. For,
What round we
for-
in?
We in the last
Yeah.
round, the last pick. So I would say MJ Anderson makes the most sense because we need another edge guy. So
Oh, you passed up on Max Duggan.
we can get him.
He's the undrafted guy. It didn't even
There he
next
goes.
Tony Romo.
Smoked it.
Oh, they gave us a C+ with Easy.
They out their mind.
Hey,
But that's
screenshot
because it was
this,
so
man.
many-
Screenshot.
It was so many backs that was available. That's all.
At that time.
Yeah, and then he had a lower grade. They crazy.
No, I think it's because of what his grade was. Yeah, but you
it's
got to
great.
get him there because if not, he's not getting the 169. I tried. So
He said, I tried.
Hey.
All right, man. So we gonna get into these final words. You know I want to do another one. Y'all want to do one more, bro? Come on, bro. Come on. Yeah, or do y'all sleepy? Let me see. Somebody said trash. Y'all ain't like this?
Hell no. They don't know what they're talking about. That draft is fire.
Whenever people don't know their names or don't know their
I know
names,
that's what happens, man. That's the problem where we getting into, and y'all be watching these shows still talking about first round prospect.
Yeah,
but I regress.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
This happens.
Israel Anaconda, who is
every
that?
Time people don't know
that boy led. I just
trash.
watched the video. That boy led college football in touchdowns this year. 1,400.
How many he had? Like 22 or 23?
20 touchdowns this year. I think he had all-purpose. Yeah, I think he had some receiving touchdowns as well. But 23
Somebody
overall.
Say this is not an A. Okay, so why is it not an A? But we got
1,400 yards.
Y'all can't do us like that, bro.
But you know what?
All this work.
You know what?
We earn us an A. See, let me tell y'all something. I don't draft based on what PFF is gonna tell me I did. I don't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know PFF don't know my team like me. I know it.
Right. And that's what messes a lot of people up is that grade.
Yeah,
like
that's what gives them.
You know what else messes a lot of people up? Even if they watch broadcasting view, don't watch the highlights when y'all type in those players' name. Type in, if you don't have the all 22, type in Izzy Alabama Kande, however you say that man's name, versus whoever.
Yeah.
And then you would see literally. You would see literally that. Every play he's like one play away from busting it wide open. That dude runs with authority, man.
Go watch him versus Virginia Tech last year. Like I said, I just dropped the video on him like 2 hours ago. But watch his game versus Virginia Tech, like the actual game because I didn't post the highlights. That man had 360 yards and 6 touchdowns in one game.
Dog,
you know what I'm saying? The one thing I said about
you never ignore running backs that run 4.2s. I'm sorry.
Right. And here's the thing I said, like he just doesn't feel like he's playing fast, but he gets separation. That's what I was trying to say in the video. Like when you watch Devon A-Chain or Keaton Mitchell or Deuce Vaughn, like as soon as it's a small crease, he's gone. Like he plays a lot bigger than his size is. Like he'll put his head down, he leans forward a lot. Like he has a lot of good qualities. And honestly, Pittsburgh didn't use him a lot in the passing game. But in my film, I showed like he runs a quick Texas route. He's a space guy, so out of Brooklyn. So definitely, I mean, like I said, y'all just don't go off these grades. And it's kind of I don't want to keep saying, but like,
you're not gonna catch him either. You ain't gonna catch him when he get in that open field.
He's gone.
You ain't gonna catch him.
Y'all better stop talking about Kincaid. No.
I mean.
Wait. Stop. We still on Kincaid.
I mean, are we doing the win now thing? Or are we changing back to just the future?
We on win now. Because Kincaid, I don't see Kincaid as win now.
That's a conversation.
You think he a conversation for win now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's where the tweet came from.
Okay. I ain't mad at it.
That's where the tweet came from.
I'm cool with it. I ain't gonna fight you on it. I put it like this. I just don't see somebody with around 700 yards going up in the NFL. I would rather get a weapon that's actually accomplished that feat to expect them to do that in the league. And I just don't think Kincaid go do that. But we also compromised on the first one by going with receiver. I think on this one we got to go with Law and go Anton, right?
Okay.
So I'll go with Anton.
Let's rock. All right, so we got our offensive lineman. We go move Tyler Smith inside, or we're going to move Anton inside. Either way, that is our current solution to fix left guard. I love it. So now we on.
If you draft Anton with the first pick, right? He's immediately becomes the conversation of, hey, he's your swing tackle, right? Yep. And then week 2, week 3, you hear the news that Tyron Smith went down. Anton is immediately your left tackle. Tyler Smith still been getting all of those reps inside. And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Terrence still will be your right tackle. And that's the only thing I think you have to double dip. So let's draft with the mind that we double dipping this year.
I'm with it. If y'all want. I'm with the double dip. I'm with it.
Okay, let's see how the double dip philosophy work, if y'all don't mind.
Yeah. So double dip at tackle or just offensive line, period?
Offensive line, period.
Yeah.
Okay.
BPA with that too.
Yeah, BPA with that. I like that. So I see people saying corner, and I know a lot of people like Stevenson. But remember, we said that corners was draft for the future, and that's pretty obvious. You know what I mean? Unless there's an injury. So right now we trying to get guys that can come in and play, especially the first
running backs.
That will be running back. Let's look at it.
Let's see if it's gonna be Zach Sharp or not. There we go. We both did it at the same time.
I think I want to go Tank right here, dog.
You want to go Tank over Zach?
Yeah,
okay.
I want to get because he's, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
I mean Tank Dell or Tank Bigsby?
Tank Dell.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, Dell.
Y'all want to go Tank Bigsby?
I thought we were running back.
No, we was looking at running back, but the reason I was saying go Tank Dell is because I feel like it's still a ton of good running backs left
that you can wait on. I agree.
That you can wait on.
Yeah.
Because see, I'm gonna tell you some guys I'm extremely high on. I'm extremely high on Dwayne McBride. I love Zach Sher. I'm gonna miss him though. I like Tank a lot. I like Kondre Miller a lot. I think he's a perfect power back replacement for Zeke. I like Sean Tucker a lot. I love Chase Brown. I love Israel. You know what I mean? It's people I love, you know? So when it's 5 people sitting there that I'm saying LOVE, but see, if we don't get Tank, the receiver gonna start getting kind of maybe. What y'all think?
Well, I feel like you can hold off. And I asked this question. So if we get Tank, do y'all move on from Turpin, or you try to keep them both in the house? Because now
I'll let him compete.
Let him compete. I mean, Dale's naturally going to win that position, right? Second round pick.
Well, I would let him compete because I feel like Kellen Moore hurt Turpin. You know what I'm saying, with option routes, and you know what I mean. But when you tell Turpin just go out there and run a post route and give him your best move, or if we run in horizontal routes where we trying to give you the ball in space and get run after the catch, you might even see a new Turpin. But the guy that's the most natural route runner and one of the few receivers that I gave 3 stars to was Tank Dell. So if I got a guy that I gave 3 stars to, but that's just me. I don't know how y'all graded Tank, you know.
Well,
Tank
let me ask
is
you
one
a
of my top
question.
receivers. So
what tight ends is left on the board? Just curious.
Ooh, that's DMV talking, not me. Y'all be getting mad at me.
That's cool, bro.
No, I was just curious to see how it was gonna fall. Nah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on Tank Dell here.
You with me?
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you on Tank Dell.
All right, let's go. Let's get the pick.
Man,
I voted.
Damn, I didn't know you had an objection to.
That's
I
cool.
was waiting.
I got to cook the last draft, man. Get what J Chat talking about.
Yeah, you did cook.
You notice I got my first round pick, so I'm happy for right now. I'm pretty broke.
Like you know what?
Yeah.
Shit, let's keep going offense. Look at these running backs.
Right.
Hold on.
19 touchdowns.
I want to look inside some more. Just because we said we was open for
double
doubling
dipping.
up.
Voorhees, that's future.
Yeah.
Right? But that's not now.
Yeah, that's future. That would be future.
Yeah, you lose out on Zavala here if you don't pick him. But Voorhees, I mean, we already got our offensive lineman, so we can kind of wait a little bit if we want.
Y'all can go get y'all Mafia guy later, and you know what I'm saying? If that's who y'all want.
True.
Yeah, double dipping is high, then you go low. You know what I'm saying?
If you thinking for a second, if y'all all hear us out, Anton Harrison, and then we get Mafia, that's good stuff for us down the line. And I know how you feel, Jay Tuck, about Mafia, but Mafia will be a guy. He's raw. But we got Duke. He got Duke next door. We got all off season and training camp. I think that he's not as raw as Terrence Steele was, right?
Now, let me clarify. I like Mafia. I just don't understand where the Mafia talk at 26. Like, he shouldn't be in the conversation with Steve. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's in the conversation now with Cowboys fans amongst like Osiris and Zavala and Avila.
I got him over Zavala though. I do. I got him over.
I mean, the only reason you could possibly consider is because of Zavala's back injuries, but nah, I maybe I need some more film, but I'm just not.
No, man, and maybe I do too. We got 2 weeks to work it out, Tuck.
I'm trying to see where's my.
So I'm thinking right now this draft is looking super high octane offense, and I love it. And I still want to double dip at running back. I ain't lying.
I'm
And
Kendra
hold
here
on,
if we go
hold on.
running back.
Let's talk about
If we
running
go
back.
back with Kendra.
Because people was like, y'all still
Kendra.
want Zeke back, but want to double dip at running back. Law, can you let everybody know how many running backs we had in 2016? Because I think people
Six
forgot.
of them.
We had
Six running backs.
Yeah,
and
with Zeke,
we're not
with
even
Zeke.
counting. We're
With
not even
Zeke.
counting the reps that Lucky had. So technically 7.
Right. So
technically,
yeah,
7 people
yeah.
running the rock.
With Zeke, we had 6 running backs in 2016. So yeah. Because I remember saying, like, damn, we should trade some of these dudes. I remember saying that.
Right.
Especially when Zeke got going, I was like,
that
hey,
was my whole thought process of why did we draft Zeke when we had so many running backs already in house? Because we had what, McFadden, Morris,
Dunbar.
It's like not Randall.
Zeke.
It was somebody. Zeke.
You said McFadden.
Did we have
Yeah, but
Tanner
see-
at the time? Did we have Tanner?
Philip Tanner. It might have been.
We had Lance Dunbar, who was a hurt guy, right?
Yeah, so we had Morris and McFadden and Dunbar before we even went into the draft.
Yeah.
And got Zeke. You know what I'm saying? So
and then we ended up with Rod Smith, of course, Jalen Smith brother. So I mean, we had some guys, and then the other Keith Smith guy, he was there. So
yeah, because you don't want to burn these guys out. It's 17 games right now, so you got to
On top of that, I wouldn't mind in this area overdrafting, because you want one of these sleeper running backs to hit. So, like, for instance, let's say you go with McBride right here, right? But you also, in my case, I'm high on Chase Brown. I would be cool with drafting both of them dudes. Just one of them would be way later, and I would let them compete. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it would be. Zeke would have to compete. McBride would have to compete. You know what I'm saying? Chase Brown would have to compete. I would watch all of them dudes get out there, and then I would be like, this is what we're going with going into the season.
And here's what people also got to consider. We like Malik Davis. I love Malik Davis, but don't forget, they try to sneak that ball in the practice squad, and he got through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they could be open season at that running back position.
Open season.
Where they might move on from Ro Jones. Like Ro Jones,
Darius Jackson.
Dix.
It was Darius Jackson.
I remember Darius Jackson. Crazy.
It was Darius Jackson. Yeah, I forgot about him. Thank y'all.
Hey, when we try to stash him too, but Cleveland went and got him, right? Remember Cleveland?
Right.
Yeah, we was mad. So,
All right, so who we going with?
Tanner McKee, baby. All right.
I do like Isaiah McGuire.
I love Isaiah McGuire.
He's something. And guess what? That's my partner's son, bro. Like, I play
How
football
about
with
you say
his
you didn't
daddy,
like
bro.
these little edge? Oh, you didn't like these little edge versus
He ain't little, bro.
at 26.
He ain't little. He ain't.
I mean,
yeah, he ain't the little. No. Yeah, 6'4", 268. He
268,
right around what I love.
Hey, he gave Georgia hell, bro. Gave him hell.
He's
Him
a
and Roger
rookie.
Jones had a battle. Had a battle for the century, bro.
Oh, you actually drafted him, huh?
Boss Cowboy, Jerry Jones. I'm with it. I'm with it.
I ain't playing with y'all.
Wait,
man.
we didn't get a chance to give out analysis.
Yeah, I like that.
Stick up it.
I like the pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Jerry Jones was on that one, man.
Yeah,
But Sean Tucker went. Chase Brown. Chase Brown went.
Guy, bro. I did pull an executive on it, but you got your first pick, Law. You got Ed Tug.
Yeah, I got mine. I'm happy.
Hey, Chase
Don't make me
went 2
feel
picks
too
before
guilty.
Chase
Ooh,
Brown.
them
Chase
running
Brown
backs.
went 2 picks before us.
Damn, we missed out. Ooh, the running backs.
Yeah.
Man. All right,
Sean Tucker went right before us. We would have had to. I would think that would have been to move up.
And
We should
Chase
probably move up.
Brown.
Yeah.
Ooh, that hurt. Ooh, that hurt. I wouldn't have did that. I really wouldn't have done that. Damn, my bad, y'all. That executive is dumb. No, that was bad.
No.
For a double dip, that was bad. I'm keeping it real. It's bad.
We haven't got a running back yet.
No. So
we missed
out on some of my Chase Brown is one of my Kendra, my favorite dudes. Is gone
running
now,
back.
dog.
PFF gonna give you enough for that one. Don't worry
There's so
about
many
it.
running
PFF
backs
gonna
available. You got Deuce, you got Zach, you got Keaton.
Zach Evans, Keaton.
Yeah,
I have a strange
I love
feeling
Kenny McIntosh and
I
Evan
really
Hall.
like Kenny McIntosh for us.
Me too.
I really
I
like
love
Kenny
Kenny for
McIntosh.
West Coast. Love.
I think that the Cowboys will draft Deuce Vaughn because don't his father work for the
Yeah,
Star?
he do.
Yeah, he's a
man.
scout.
I think he's gonna somehow find his way on the team, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
He a good player.
And you
too.
know what? He's kind of like a Kevin Falk type back. That you know, it's like how did the hell that back been around for 10 years? How the hell Deuce Vaughn been around for 10 years?
right?
Nah, he's
doing
nice.
his job.
Yeah,
I mean, for me personally, my favorite available is Keaton Mitchell out of ECU. Like, I love this kid. Like, he's electric. But he still got Israel, but we already took him in the last one, so I don't want to take him again.
So basically, what y'all saying? If I look at that Northwestern kid, I won't be disappointed tonight because I'm
Evan
hearing
Hall?
y'all keep saying, yeah.
No, I love him. Yeah, I like him.
I need to look
I
at
mean,
the tape.
if we being honest, there's only like it's hard to find like 4 to 5 running backs that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Low key, Chris Rodriguez. I saw some tape of him the other day. He made a run. I'm like, yo, who is this? I didn't even know he was coming out.
Yeah.
But Chris Rodriguez is all right.
Yeah, these running backs solid, bro. I think you're right, though. I think Kenny in the West Coast is probably one of the best. Obviously, Israel is somebody that I really trust speed on running backs. I love speed on running backs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something
I love those three.
They make it hard
back
to
to
tackle
back.
with them angles, bro. It's hard to get them. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mind will tell you can make this tackle, but once you feel that dude's speed, it's over. You know?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but
Eric Gray gonna make you look stupid in space. He gonna make your ass.
These running
miss.
backs nice. Like
Yeah.
Evan Hall to sell him because we could sell all these dudes. Evan Hall got one of the best speed scores out of all running backs. So speed score is not just your speed; it's your speed in relation to your weight. You know what I mean? And he top 3 out of all. You know what I'm saying? So he got right here. I think we should be looking for 3 down potential guys, in my opinion. That would be it, Evan Hall. That wouldn't be Kenny.
What's Evan's measurables and all that? What is
quality? It's hell. So 5'10", 209.
yeah.
He right around what Zeke was when he came out. You know what I'm saying? Israel, let me see. So 5'11", 216. Shit, that's the pick.
And look how young he is, too, though.
He's young. Yeah, he's just a baby.
That's 2 years younger than Evan Hull, whatever the name is.
That's
2
That's
years
the
younger.
thing. Like, I mean, like I said, he's a well balanced speed back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Israel
like,
better than all of them. He
but
better
he
than
just
all of them,
doesn't.
bro.
But he just doesn't rely on his speed. He has extreme patience. He sets up his blocks. The one thing I said is like sometimes I just want him to hit the gas and go. And there's a few plays that I pointed out where he kind of hesitated.
Yeah,
but he's by far the best running back available, and he's not going to be available again. But okay,
and his center of gravity is pretty well too. He doesn't take big hits, bro. He knows how to run, hold it high and tight. Yeah, he's damn near like a low key Tiki Barber, low key. You know what I'm saying? Tiki was
as long
fast
as he
too.
don't fumble like Tiki, we all right.
Yeah.
Oh, Rome in the house, man. Man, one of the best compliments ever. He said,
Appreciate you,
just
my
want
bro.
y'all to know, man, I appreciate
Appreciate
the
you.
knowledge. Everyone hit that like button, man. Love you, boys.
Yes,
man. Love you too,
indeed,
big
man.
dog. Appreciate it, big dog.
Shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you, homie.
We need to have him in substitute sometimes, man, when we do these, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We got
If he had time, I know he'd probably be with the kids and wife at this time, but you know.
So you want to?
Ooh, I like Trey.
Yeah, Jacob
That's my guy.
Slade.
Wait,
I'ma
who
lay
my
back on
quarterbacks
this.
on the board still?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, look at Clayton Tune. And Clayton, big Tune.
Man, if my guy Aiden is there, he gone.
Yeah, Aiden's right there.
No,
He's right
I
there.
love Aiden, bro. I
And the
love
Cowboys
Aiden.
just worked him out, and
They just
You
worked
love
him
Aiden,
out.
Aiden is solid, bro.
yeah, I mean,
Aiden is
he
solid,
got.
bro.
He is.
Here's the thing I'll say about
Look
Aiden
him up,
O'Connell.
bro.
If he comes
Yeah,
to
let's
Dallas, expect chaos, bro. Because he's
Then why
He got
do
everything.
it?
some zip.
Then
He's
why do
everything
it?
the Cowboys fans are gonna be. His big arm strength, like air out
Oh, yeah.
offense, like
Yeah.
he, you know, what I'm saying,
Bro,
like he.
Boss.
Because one
He
of my
got some
favorite
zip.
prospects is Charlie
does.
Jones out of Purdue as well, wide receiver, but he's already gone probably. And they just aired that thing out. But the same thing with Clayton Tune. Like Clayton Tune reminds me a lot of Brock Purdy, like because he was thrown to Tank Dale. Like, that was Tank Dale's guy,
Yeah.
right? So he put up incredible numbers, but he's just very raw. But I feel like Aiden O'Connell is the most polished out of the two. And like I said, the Cowboys gave him a private workout as well. So I would not be surprised if they pulled the trigger on Aiden O'Connell and then let the whole circus BS begin. So.
Everybody be yelling, "Ayo!"
Real quick, he said, y'all know I'll make time for y'all. Let me know. Shit, next week.
Yeah.
You know how it go. The next draft show. You know what I'm saying?
He.
Yeah, he. There it is. We gonna have Rome here next week. There it is.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Breaking news.
Rome will be in the house next week. You know how I go. All Rome gotta be like, yeah, I'll be there. Yo, there it is. Schedule. All right, so what we doing?
Breaking news. You got an extra final word guy to go over the draft.
Oh, well, then it's still Corey Trice. But I want to make this draft different from the last
Quarterback is
Aiden O'Connell.
I don't like none of these, bro. And I'm going to tell you why. But y'all know my reasons. I agree with what you said too, Tuck. I think if you go with a guy that can actually push that. But y'all know where I stand in terms of trying to find me a wildcat quarterback. You know what I mean? So, but I go with it. I'm going to take a back seat to you guys on this one. So what we doing?
I would go with Aiden O'Connell since he met with the Cowboys. But see, I see what you're saying, boss, about Malik Cunningham. I think Malik Cunningham might go undrafted. But what I was going to say about him is that I was thinking about bringing him in. So when the Eagles, we play the Eagles, we hit them with their own medicine. We can run some of that recess gadget stuff right back at them. But we ain't got to put back against those hits. Exactly.
And you honestly can't even run an offensive like that unless you first commit to your offensive line, because that's the only reason Philadelphia worked is because they line so strong. So all of these wildcat quarterback visions will never work unless the Dallas Cowboys first prioritize offensive line. So,
right. So it's hard to have Corey Trice looking you in the face.
Yeah, we did Corey Trice. I think, but if he the best available, everybody believe in him. I don't believe in kind of playing with it. Yeah, and he's
6'3", 206.
Yeah, just make
he fits the profile. He's very raw, but he's a baller. He's a baller. You know what I'm saying?
He one of them hip pocket back hip pocket corners. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna get beat across his face off the release a little bit, but he'll stay in your hip pocket.
Right. It's like going and buying off-brand Joey Porter. That's what it's kind of like.
Look at this. He beat up opposing receivers in press coverage, allowing only one catch on 88 press snaps. Yeah, that's our guy.
Yeah.
So this, and then on top of that, this is a place
he covered 3-corner too.
I'm okay with this for the future, because remember we were talking about, because see in these rounds, it's okay to start trying to replace guys later. These guys know they got to come in and play special teams. You know what I mean?
I'll tell y'all this: if we get Corey Trice, he's getting one of our former second-round picks up out of there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nashawn gone, bro.
Nah, the other one.
No, my bad. Not Nashawn. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
He talking about.
No, don't say the nickname. Say that man government name. You don't be calling that man.
Then Nedrick Prince.
You know me. Y'all know if we go.
The Nedrick
Prince.
Right here, dog.
If you want, it could be double dipping on running back, right? If you want to double dip, there you go.
Him my top
that's your guy.
Yeah, that's my guy.
It's your guy.
So,
do you got an independent film analysis on him, right?
Not yet.
I remember you talking about him. You were going over his measurables and everything,
he has
and his numbers.
The number one speed score out of all running backs over.
They still hating on Izzy, man.
What you mean?
C+.
Gave it a C+.
Okay. Yeah.
And they flunked us on the D with the Aiden.
But if you're going to get your quarterback, bro, if you're getting a quarterback, you gotta
get him in the fifth.
You gotta do.
Yeah. And listen, and I didn't even know what you was talking about, Law, because I promise you, I don't even look at them scores, bro. I don't like. These. Yeah. And I'm with you, but I'm just saying these dudes don't know our teams like us. I don't trust PFL for nothing.
Right.
I don't never look at their grades on nothing. They can be like, Zach Martin is 100. I'm gonna be like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You remember them years they had us? You remember they had us as the number one offensive line, and we're sitting here like our offensive line is trash.
Exactly, man. I don't trust no PFF grades. Like, why would I do that? Like, why would I be like, oh, they smarter than me? For what?
They spent the whole year telling us Trayvon Diggs was trash in the All-Pro year.
And then I'm worried about what their grade is for my team. No, the fuck I'm not.
Now they flipping it. Now Gilly is no longer the number 7 DB. Now they say he's old. He's getting down to age.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we got.
And they never responded when I did that Mythbusters. They was like, dog.
So we got 2 drafts we can post and put them side by side on Twitter, man. So I'm gonna post these. Let's get it to our final words. All right. So on the final word, I'll kick it off. I'm for drafting for the future. Obviously, people played this game with us. My boy Montana said trash. It's cool, bro. But like when it comes down to drafting for the future, I'm cool with it. But I want us to do it in the later rounds. I want us to have a strategy, hopefully, which we tried to do today, of taking care of things that's going to put us in contention or increase our contention for a Super Bowl. So I do believe both of these drafts accomplish that. I know everybody don't like everything about these drafts, like my boy said, trash. But you know, I like it because I felt like we concentrated, in my opinion, especially on the second one, on most importantly, what's gonna help us win now. We got 2 running backs, which is insurance against one of them being a bust, because we need somebody to hit. You might try to get 2 because you need somebody to hit that bad. I like the fact that we went with Anton, because Anton is likely going to be available, right? That does make sense. You get a guy that you can play either left guard or left tackle. So you fix your left guard by getting a left tackle. So you got the flex you want. I like this because you got one of my top route runners in Dale, and he'll be coming in where a route runner is going to probably be exploiting the best going against nickelbacks. Isaiah McGuire is another guy that I gave 3 stars, as well as Israel, as well as Denetric Prince. So a lot of my guys that I gave high scores in my book are on this draft, so I love it. But in the final word, man, I really want the Dallas Cowboys to be heavily going for this contention window. I pray to God that Stephen Jones don't try to get Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn to replace guys early in this draft. I want him to go after guys that's going to help us get over the San Fran hump and the Super Bowl hump. That is my final word.
That's good stuff, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so my final word is something I've been trying to tell Cowboys fans. Like, we are in a good situation, and we've been asking for this for so many years. Be more aggressive in all season. Go be aggressive. Go get some free agents. Spend a little bit more money. So we went out and got Stephon Gilmore. We also added Brandon Cooks. We also re-signed Jonathan Hankins. So we went out and was active up front. So we are in a good situation, Cowboys Nation, where we don't have to force and we don't have to reach, because we don't really have any immediate need. So what I've been trying to explain to a lot of Cowboys fans is enjoy this, right? Because there really shouldn't be any panic. We've been tossed around so many different prospects, and the reason why is because we can go so many different ways because we're good up front. So that's the good value about going to this draft. While I'm kind of relaxed. If they go with Anton Harrison, perfectly fine. If they go with tight end, screw it, and turn around and get a guard in the second round, we are still good. So I thought the Cowboys are in a good situation.
Yeah.
This is what we've been asking for, Cowboys Nation. Enjoy it. It's going to be a fun draft. Will McClay is going to kill it again. Going to add some depth to this team, and then we're going to get the season on and cracking, man. That's my final word. Appreciate y'all.
Love it.
Good final word. And, you know, once again, you know, I appreciate you guys for having me. Appreciate all of the people in the chat who participated. For me, you know, I put out a tweet, I believe it was yesterday, and I think that it was, I never want to be in a position to where I boo another draft pick just simply because I just don't know as much about it or about the person. So what I will tell you guys is, man, look, while we see mock drafts and people are looking online and they don't like the people because they don't know who they are, take the time to really do what Law said. Go look at the person, put verses in, and just check it out, because a lot of us, we've done the homework. Yep. There are people that are just now getting to prospects we talked about a month ago.
Yeah.
We on something totally different right now because we moving and we doing the homework. So right now we got a little bit over 2 weeks. Man, just do your homework a little bit. Look at some of the prospects. Look at who the Cowboys have brought in, and really just be aware of what's out there and all of the possibilities. And that's my final word.
There it is.
And if I could say one quick thing, that's the benefit of all my fellas on this channel. We're doing the work for y'all. Like we're cutting up the film. We're all putting out there. I know Boss and them just did darn all right. Law drops film. We all drop film. So you guys don't have to go through that. Check out the channel. That's what the content is for, is to educate y'all on these picks. So that way, when we make these draft picks by whoever we get, you guys are already up to date. So this is what this is all about. So copy off our homework. And if you got to mute us. Just watch and see for your own eyes and form your own decision. So sorry about that, Law.
No, you great, man. And he's spitting the truth, y'all. We gonna burn some time looking over some tape, looking at some analysis and what they can and can't do. But try to look at it with soft eyes, meaning that when you look at these guys, don't look at them at Pitt, don't look at them at Ohio State, but start thinking about how Dan Quinn works with them, or how Mike McCarthy will work with them, and how they will fit within the confines of the system with us. So many times, those experts just know that you know more than Mel Kiper and the other guy. And the other guys that's out there, you literally know more than those guys. Don't shortchange yourself, because they don't know all of the small things about this team. They don't know the Jabril Cox, the Damone Clarks, and all of those other boards that's on this team. So do your homework, but also understand this: if you want a cheat code to it, the Cowboys brought in the 30-day visit. You can start from there, right? And then jump to our pages of who we went over. 9 times out of 10, the Cowboys will draft one of those guys. So it just was a fantastic show, man. Yes, 5. Look, how many? 5?
Yeah, 5 or 6. A lot of
man. I just want to give Jay Tuck his flowers one more time, man. What you finna do for the nation, man. That's finna be phenomenal, man. Radio Row, man. I just wish I had some trash and trinkets for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be this dude cameraman. I'll be like, hey, I'm just a cameraman.
I'm getting some new stuff tailored as we speak, man. But
I'll be Joe like this over here.
Hey, Joe Taylor.
Is that James Harden? You do hire James Harden. I know you would, I'm just a cameraman. I'll be out getting all type of footage. Then bring it back,
and I know you would. And Law just pulled up an 8K camera. Y'all think Law playing? That's an 8K camera. Y'all think Law playing? That's an 8K camera. That boy. Look at that mic. You see that gunshot? See, y'all think that's a gunshot mic? See, y'all think Law playing?
Behind the scenes, man.
Behind the scenes.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate it. It's like Cowboys Nation. Y'all gave me the platform. And all I did was just put in the work, man. But I don't get any of these opportunities without y'all support. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw that very first draft video that we post on the introduction. This room was empty. I have probably 48 views on it. No one cared what I had to say about CeeDee Lamb, even though I did the work and did the research. 3 years later, things have changed a little bit. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Like I said, everywhere I go, y'all going with me. So it's not about me, it's about us.
It's about us.
There we go. Hey,
that's what it is.
ESPN, NFL Network would never do this. How long we been live? It'd have been 50 commercials, man. We'll be right back after these commercials, man. Fabrications of it.
Marte Matthew, well, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like, and that shows the passion. We love it. I mean, if I didn't have to work anymore, I could keep going. I could keep going. You know what I'm saying? So,
I put it like this, y'all. This is my last book, bro. I ain't doing no more books after this.
See, you gonna have a secretary next year.
And support the book, y'all. Support the book, because y'all don't know how much effort that takes. Like,
it's a lot of work, bro.
Even like every content creator's like book, I always try to support, because I know the work that it takes to do one of those books. Y'all ain't get one from me. I'll tell you straight up. Y'all ain't get y'all get some tweets and some videos,
bro.
But to put together an actual book, put together your thoughts, it takes a lot. And here's the thing I love when we keep going, but I love about us. we are not afraid to put everything out on the table.
Yep.
I'm gonna post my top 50 board. I'm gonna show y'all my notes, my rankings, and if I mess up, we'll correct it next year. But that's why I love it. But we put everything on the table and we learn and build from it, man. So support Boss's book. As soon as he drop it, I'm gonna get one. I got all 3 of them. The last 3 years he's dropped.
Sure did.
He ain't wrong. He missed wrong on some stuff, but he definitely
a little bit. I was a little bit wrong on some stuff.
I got the
Taylor right. I got Justin Jefferson right. I got say, and them wasn't popular. It was not popular to say that then. Justin Jefferson was the 6th receiver, and I was like, no, that's the number 1 receiver, and I was dead ass right on that. I was right about Tyler Biadasz. I was right about CeeDee Lamb. I was right about all of them boys. And let me tell you why I was wrong, because I could tell you why I was wrong too. I missed on some guys. I definitely missed on Keith Taylor, because I had Keith Taylor real high. You know what I mean? That's where I stepped outside the box. I felt like with Pitts, I was a little bit too hard on Pitts. I felt like Pitts was going to come in and like super fumble. He really didn't. He was more so just not up to the hype, but he's still a good player. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I do hit and miss, but I feel like I hit more than I miss.
You put in the work, too. You put in the work.
Yeah. So. And I got some good shots on. Like, that Malcolm Rodriguez, boys ain't giving me my props on that, bro. People got to give me my props. When I take a linebacker that's a 6th-round graded linebacker and he end up being the all-rookie team, y'all got to give my book props. Because I stepped out, I put my whole nuts on that. I said, listen, y'all tripping on Malcolm Rodriguez. He is going to shine. And I was right. So,
and you know who he was right about?
Who?
Nakobe Dean.
And I was right about Nakobe Dean when I dropped him. I sure did. I dropped that dude. And I did that the last week. So so I am going to be honest with everybody. I'm going to need y'all help on this final week. I'm going to do a marathon show that's going to probably be an 8-hour show. All right? It's going to be the only one I'm going to do, but I'm going to do a crazy show. But let me tell you what this show is going to be about. After I finish this book today, I'm going to go live, and anybody that want to come into that live and eat up any one of my opinions, I'm going to welcome it, because I want to debate that book out. I don't want to just say, this is my list, I'm genius. I want to put it out there, and I want somebody like Tuck to say, hold on, boss. I like your first 3, but your picks 4 and 5, I don't agree, because X, Y, and Z. That way I can go back and say, you know what? Let me go look at that, because this is my last book, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want this to be my best book. You know what I mean? And the only way it's gonna be my best is if I
name that
up.
show All the Smoke, man. Tell them you want all the smoke. All the smoke.
That's gonna be the name. I want all the smoke on my book.
Draft
and I'm
show.
gonna just
all the smoke
draft show. Yeah.
That's your title
so
right there. So
everybody get to come in and critique my ranks. I'm gonna open up all my ranks to the whole world, and you can come in and critique it. Cause guess what? I'm gonna listen to you. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, you're wrong because I've already did the research. No. I'm doing what the Cowboys doing. I'm spending every last minute trying to perfect my board. I killed the final word though, man. We supposed to have been out of here, so
yeah, that's what it's all about.
You holding us like that Southern Baptist. I'm in closing.
Easter Sunday.
Oh, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all watching us. Make sure y'all like every channel.
I just wanna run it up.
Sub to every channel.
I've been really in the field,
Good show, fellas.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to.
And if it was up to me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick, it would probably go a little something like this. And with the 17th pick of the 2020 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select CeeDee Lamb.
Fire!
Come on, y'all. Don't get tired.
Yo,
what you say about no days off?
I will move down.
Back a little bit, man. We work.
The smart thing would be to move down, but the Cowboys historically don't.
Boss could be a trade down here with Justin.
Tuck, how people getting tired and we got 2 weeks to go?
Bro, I'm just turning up. You know what
That's
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying.
I ain't tired of the content, man. I'm tired of the pollution. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my bag time.
I'm tired of the pollution, but in terms of this work, man, it's time for overtime, man. No days off. Law, you got that button? Shoot. Man, come on. No days off, man. No, man. No, I'm not tired of doing the work. I am not. Let's go.
When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home, go hard, go.
I love Parsons as a rush defensive end, right? If you draft him and you put him on the end, turn him into another DeMarcus Ware. Let him rush the quarterback, get upfield, and create damage to the other opposing offense.
We got the pick.
Man, here it is.
We got the pick.
Yeah, this gotta be Parsons. Like, Parsons the best player available.
Go home. Yeah, these are championship rings on my hands now.
It is.
In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, know you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now.
So the Cowboys just selected Jake Ferguson with pick 129. Hey, I'm good. I love the pick. I love the player. I know that a lot of people will say that this is probably a reach. This is about where I had Jake Ferguson. Really solid player from Wisconsin. He can do all of it. He can block. He can run routes. He can actually make people miss in the open field.
Referee's car like a tournament. Pulling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Do me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard.